Hello, everyone, and welcome to tonight's episode of Critical Role, where a bunch of us nerdy-ass voice actors sit around and play Dungeons and Dragons. They're coming for me strong tonight. So before we get to our episode tonight, we do have some announcements to get through. Beginning with our sponsor for the night, Roll and Play Press, and their fabulous book, One Shot Wonders. Marisha?
Oh yes, with One Shot Wonders. With over 100 different one-shots, all on 2 pages or less, this book is a lifesaver for busy GMs and new GMs alike. And now, with their gorgeous new map library, I know, there's 1-inch gridded battle maps for every adventure, and they're dry erase wipeable.
That's awesome.
Really great, actually.
Yeah, so wipeable.
It's really pretty.
These beautiful tomes can easily cut DM prep time from hours to just minutes, and you can use one of their prompts straight from the book, or you can easily customize it to your liking. Here, I'll show you. Let's see here. Let's just pick a random one, okay? Yeah, this is totally random. This one shot is called On Shaky Ground, and I'm gonna customize it based off of the table suggestions, kind of like Mad Libs. Okay, so I need a plural noun.
Queefs.
Great.
Okay.
Starting right out.
That's not really a verb.
An adjective.
Yeah, that's
I think it's both.
Saucy.
Saucy.
okay. That's nice.
That's great.
My drag name, Saucy Queeps.
Movie star or animal. Or I'm gonna say an animal who's a movie star. Why not?
Airbud.
Beaver.
Airbud. Good one.
Wow.
What did you say? Hold that one. That one could be good.
Did you?
It was beaver with 3 B's.
A verb
Beaver.
that ends in ing.
Swallowing.
Fapping.
Swallowing.
Following.
This is great.
This is
Man, Laura's rocking it.
Yeah.
She's
Great.
almost got a word out, guys. Let's come on.
An important event.
Yeah, Laura, what you got?
The rapture. The rapture.
Rapture.
good.
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 It's gonna go great.
Great.
I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna
Hope
say
we all
one.
get allowed to play this.
An NPC name.
Carl. Oh, no. Beaver?
Beaver.
Beaver with 3 B's.
Beaver.
We'll call him Beaver Carl. How about
Okay,
that?
yeah.
There you go.
Great.
Position of importance.
Missionary.
Missionary. No, sorry.
No, dude. Yeah, dude. We're both on the same
Wait, what did you
wavelength.
say? What did you say?
Missionary.
We're
Missionary.
terrible. Oh, no.
Y'all have some
Okay,
explaining to
that's
do.
great.
Yeah.
A silly NPC name, so not Beaver Carl.
Kevin. What?
Kevin.
Kevin?
Kevin Hedgehog.
Yeah.
Kevin.
Kevin Hedgehog's good.
This is great. This is great. Hug. A serious place.
Mortuary.
Serious.
Pretty serious.
That's very serious.
And a verb.
Shivering.
Shivering.
Oh, I see. You brought it all around. Well done.
Okay, good
Nailed
job.
it.
Good.
And one more verb.
Oh.
Shart.
Yeah.
Great. Okay.
Sharted.
Here's our little adventure.
Okay.
Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay. The party will learn that some queefs cannot be fought head on with a gigantic.
Only one way to stop him.
When a gigantic, saucy airbud advances on the town, where they are swallowing, causing terrifying tremors. That got weird.
Makes sense.
Can the heroes complete a rapture before the monster brings the town down around them? Important characters include Beaver Carl, the town's elected missionary, who is willing to make tough choices to ensure his community's survival, and, of course, Kevin Hedgehog, a trainee healer at a local mortuary.
Now you're good at his job. huh?
Wrong play.
Oh,
I don't know
bro.
what he's not very good at, but it's one or the other.
He's like, I don't get it. Nothing's working.
Oh, God.
Why can't I do this?
who just wants to shivering any way she can.
I guess it would just be shiver.
Shiver.
One Shot Wonders is available now on rollandplaypress.com. I had no ending to that bit. I probably should have wrote an ending. Rollandplaypress.com/critical. And if you order before May 31st, you'll get a free coupon for $10 off your pre-order of the map library. Matt Shart to you.
It's actually a really great book. It helped me out when I was running one shot last minute for your dad when he was in town. It's really cool. Highly recommended. We have it, and you should have it too.
Just like these awesome little prompts.
That's awesome.
They're cool.
Just get some
It is a really great book.
Just get some
It works better when you have mature friends.
Yeah.
What's out?
I'm excited for someone to try that exact storyline too.
No.
Our next sponsor is Quests and Whiskey, and their brand new spirit, Sandkegs Hide, delivered from the Rumadon Desert right to your door. I'm so excited this exists. Quests End is giving away a virtual tasting with co-founder Matthew Lillard and Master Blender Ali Ochoa. Sandkegs Hide, inspired by Vox Machina. Campaign 1, episode 65, I believe it was, is our first ever Spirits collaboration. Please make sure to sign up at www.sandkegshide.com by May 23rd, 2024 for a chance to be one of 50 lucky critters selected for this exclusive tasting in early July. No purchase is necessary, but you must be 21 or older to enter. This is so freaking cool.
it.
We got to try it, which one we liked, and we kind of found that the good mix between what tastes good and also gets a little bit of that mouth buzz to it that fits with the theme of it. It's really good.
Alcohol's the
Excited for you guys to try it out. But thank you so much to Quests End for sponsoring this episode, and make sure to go try this amazing whiskey, Sandkegs Hide, bottled by the brave, imbibed by the bold.
The tagline.
Indeed.
By the French excellence.
All right, and for our next announcement,
You guys, we launched Beacon this morning! If you don't know, Beacon is our new membership service and our one-stop shop HQ for all things Critical Role. You will get things like live event pre-sales, merch discounts, new exclusive series like Critical Role Cooldown, where all of us sit here at the table after we're done talking about how stupid that was and why Matt is an insane person. All the post-show chaos. And for the first time ever, if you listen to Critical Role via the podcast, Beacon members receive episodes the same day they air on video platforms. First time! First time!
First time.
Also, to answer one of the biggest questions we have had, nothing changes with how you are able to watch or listen to our current content. We will continue to be on Twitch and YouTube as per usual, as an independent company, which
We
it's
still
what
are.
we are.
Yeah.
Beacon, it gives us the flexibility to create special perks, stay better connected with you, our lovely audience, and provide you with a better, unfiltered Critical Role experience without being beholden to, algorithms and demonetization,
We curse a lot.
feature changes, anything really any other outside company might decide to do.
video platforms just failing and going away.
A little future-proofing. You can go watch our latest State of the Roll on YouTube and read all the details on critroll.com, or go directly to beacon.tv to check it out for yourself and start a 7-day free trial. And as always, thank you so much for your support and for being an amazing part of our community for almost 10 years! 10 years! 10 years! Gross point blank.
Thank you all so much.
Oh, another thing. Along with Beacon today, we also announced our first Bell's Hells live show! You guys,
Big day.
we're hype. We're hype. It's the little place called the Greek Theater here in Los Angeles.
You're lying. That's not real. You're lying.
It's true. I know. It's the Greek, man. June 15th, please join us for an exciting live performance of Campaign 3, Episode 98 of Critical Role, with all of us here at the table, including this wonderful Robbie David. And as we announced, the extraordinary Brennan Lee Mulligan will be serving as our master of ceremony. The pre-sale for Beacon for Bacon members.
Pocket Beacon.
Gotta keep that pocket beacon. Pre-sale for Beacon members begins Monday, May 20th at 10 a.m. Pacific. But please keep in mind that you have to be a paid member to receive the pre-sale code. And remember that 7-day free trial we mentioned, it does not include access to live event pre-sale. So make sure you guarantee access through the pre-sale. Be sure to sign up for a monthly or annual membership no later than May 16th at 11:59 p.m. Pacific. And if you missed the pre-sale, don't worry.
Cool.
We'll have tickets available for everyone else the very next day on May 21st at 10 a.m. Pacific. And if you're wondering, anyone unable to join us in person can watch the live stream on our Twitch and YouTube channels on Thursday, June 20th. Yeah. That was a lot. So if you need the details over again, you can find them all at critroll.com/events. And we will see you at the Greek.
Wow.
Alrighty, I think we are next up with you.
Yeah, it's anticlimactic after all that, but I have a shirt, you guys.
No.
No, that's so cool. It's still awesome, though. It's a Bell's House shirt. If you guys know our Mighty Nine weapon shirt and our, I don't know what other weapon shirt we have. We have other weapon shirts, and this one's the Bell's House one.
Nice.
It's available everywhere. Adrian Helton designed it. Artist, she drew all this amazing stuff. Thank you, Adrian.
It's giving big like camp counselor.
It's true.
Yes.
Isn't it so cool?
Vibes.
Yeah, so anyway, check it out.
That's rad. Is there a medium over there?
Is there a medium over? This one's a small.
No, there's an extra small and a small. This is not going to fit me. I was just going to put it
This
over
is
my
small.
head.
You can try.
Okay, that one.
That's it. We only made 2.
Sorry everyone. Ashley took the
Let's
book.
go first.
Yeah. Alrighty. I believe we have Marisha, you're up next.
And over in the fair lands, Candela Obscura, the circle of the crimson mirror, has come to its conclusion. But there are more secrets left to unearth. Yeah, it's our Hazel Copperbot is here. Our Session 0 video and our Crafting a Mystery interview with Game Master Liam O'Brien are both now available as VODs on Twitch and YouTube. And of course, don't forget, you can get tickets. Speaking of live shows, more live shows. Don't forget, you can still get tickets right now for our immersive Candela live show experience on May 25th at the United Theater on Broadway in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
It's gonna be so spooky.
Dress up. Come join us.
Yeah, come join
please.
the
It's going to be a
Dress up.
fancy place. I'm excited.
Get all the details at critroll.com/events, like
get
our
to be a
other
character.
details. And you get to play.
I get to play in
You
this
haven't
one.
played yet. It's going to be Matt's
gonna
debut.
Totally gonna
I'm
survive.
going to ruin it. It's going to be great. Alrighty. And we just launched Daggerheart 1.4 in the beta. A new version of the playtest materials in
Huge
response
day.
to your specific feedback. You watching, thanks to you. It's for your feedback. Download and play this version 1.4 now at daggerheart.com/play. And to get an overview of what's changed and the reasoning behind it, check out the VOD of the updated live stream from earlier this week. Update live stream even. What is happening?
We're modeling the shirts, obviously.
Okay. Check out the VOD of the update live stream from earlier this week, or read through the changelog on daggerheart.com. I think that concludes our announcements.
Oh my god.
Heck.
Those were majors.
I know. I wonder why we're tired all the time. So much.
So with that, let's go ahead and jump into tonight's episode of Critical Role.
One by one we climb until we reach the top. 2 by 2 we fall. Will we meet our end or meet our destiny? Hold your breath and roll.
How do you want to do this?
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, come join us. It's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery. Who knows what will happen? He might. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. From the healer to the renegade, we all share the same goal. Adding more allies, taking more chances. Hold your breath and roll.
You can certainly try.
It's Thursday night. All ye critters, join us, it's time to continue our flight. There is magic and mystery from darkness, our friendship will rise. But one thing's for sure, we never give up on the fight. Oh, get ready, it's Thursday night.
And we're back. So, last we left off, Bell's Hells, after a rather chaotic information-gathering mission to the Red Moon of Ill-Omen Ruidus. You had traversed deep beneath its crust into the alien city of Crevirus, and with the help of the Volition, which is the resistance against the terrors that currently oversee that locale, you found information, you left some chaos, and in the escape lost a friend. Through heroic sacrifice, fresh-cut grass is no more. Gathering what pieces you can, and making a tenuous alliance with Liliana, one of the high members of the Ruby Vanguard and mother of Imogen, you returned. Returned to Exandria with her help. Upon returning through a brief stealth mission and escaping the Tishtan excavation site, you returned to the west side fortress, where one of the numerous stationed elements of the Exandrian Accord have set up base, preparing for either the defense of Exandria or the offense on the moon. Upon arriving here, still kind of numb with the experience, Keyleth arrived, bringing with her a friend you hadn't seen in some time, Dorian Storm, who had undergone his own challenges as of late, walking here alone, having lost a brother, and had to leave behind other friends. Here you were conveying information of what you had discovered, and given a place to rest for the night, exhausted, you all reunited, shared a bit about what had happened, what you're thinking, what you still haven't processed yet, and shared drinks in the honor of those that are no longer with you. And here as we come back after some drinks have been had late in the evening, the storm is creaking in, not really sure what hour it might be here in the middle of the evening. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna, I assume everyone's crashing.
Yeah. I'm still pretty injured.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah.
That's
Everything hurts.
oh, yeah. It's gonna be a couple days before I feel right. Yeah, I'm gonna...
What is it?
No, it just hurts, that's all.
I'm gonna go over to Ash, and I'm just gonna give you a big hug. I'm sorry.
You feel half as bad as I feel. Yeah, I think it's time to go to sleep. And I'm gonna head outside.
Okay. We've been going pretty hard. Maybe the best thing is just to reset. Figure it all out in the morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
We have a lot of work ahead of us. We have to explain everything we saw.
Bright and early. Dorian,
Yes.
I'm glad you're back.
Oh, thank you. I'm glad to be back. I wish it was under better tidings.
Yeah.
Perhaps a rest sounds right. Is he all right? Pointing up to Ashton, where he just went to bed.
No.
Clovis is, but he was with FCG the longest, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably knowing the best.
I think what's worse is Ashton talked many a times about how He feared something like this would happen from FCG. That they would sacrifice themselves in some way, shape, or form. What's harder, expecting the worst or being surprised?
It's a good question. Rest. Seems to be the way.
Yeah, rest. Rest.
I'm gonna go up to where Ashton is.
Okay.
I did not go to sleep. I was waiting quietly by the side of the door. Hey, God, I'm really shit at this.
Are you okay?
No, are you?
No, of course not.
I want you to know I've been meaning to talk to you about this, and it's just the timing has always been wrong, and we've just been going so crazily, and I think that that's never going to change. Nothing beyond. Do you want some company tonight?
Oh.
Just nothing. Just, I don't know.
If I may.
Yeah.
I would love some company, but can we just hold on to each other?
Oh, everything hurts. That's honestly what I was really, I don't.
Yeah, I don't.
I'm really bad at this. I don't really, I'm really bad at this. I'm sure you've noticed.
Bad at what? I don't really know what you're getting at.
Getting at things.
Oh.
It makes me nervous. Yes, that's exactly what I was hoping you'd say.
I think I just want a long hug. And then fall asleep.
Yeah, I think I want to fall asleep with someone and then wake up with them. Sounds really nice.
Okay, I'll try to stay.
If you don't,
but I
that's
might
cool.
get a little skittish. I may wake up earlier than you. I don't know. I don't.
That's very likely.
I don't know why this is making me weird. Let's just go to sleep.
Hey, yeah. Yeah, okay.
What's the layout? I haven't been here before. What's the layout of this? What's the layout of this building, Mike?
It's
a single 10 by 10 room.
It is a large tent with a number of cots and beds throughout. But Ashton stepped outside of it, outside the door, and she went ahead and joined him out there. So they've been having this conversation outside of the interior.
Truly in private.
Yeah.
Okay.
For those who have a passive perception under 30, yes, private.
Oh, so you heard it all.
Orange is like,
nothing.
What is it? What is it?
When no game meets no game, passing through the rye.
Yeah.
Ashton's between a rock and a hard place.
So it's like a cuddle circle. Everybody can see everybody else, but we're just in a big tent, like a yurt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I kind of just, I want someone to hold me, and I want to hold on to somebody.
I can't even remember the last time. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds great.
All right.
Okay. So the rest of you find your respective beds, sharing those who wish, until eventually the exhaustion takes over and you all go into a long, thoughtful, till immediately passing out rest.
I think Orem fights it for a while, and even though he's cuddled up on the floor, just watches all of his friends. And when it feels like he's the last one awake, he lets himself pass out.
Much needed sleep comes to you all.
Yes, thank God.
Fearne. at some point, the fuzziest of half consciousness comes to you, and then a lucid dream type state plies your eyes open in the dark of the middle evening. Describe to me how you're arranged with Ashton at the moment.
Are you wearing your armor? When you sleep?
Oh no, you're definitely the big
I
spoon.
learned this the hard way.
Yeah, are your goat knees in his back?
Yes.
I think I'm the big spoon.
Okay.
Just sort of. I'm just holding on to them from the back and just kind of my head and the nape of Ashton's neck.
As you kind of lay there, your eyes kind of flittering open, and that kind of vastly on the lens, fuzzy, like uncertain if conscious or not feeling kind of pushes through your blurry blinks. You see something skittering on your left shoulder. As you glance over and begin to focus, you see this tiny, fuzzy, gray sugar glider-like creature with these kind of like dark eyes and these long kind of ears that go into these little poofs at the edges as its arms kind of curled up on your shoulder, and it's kind of...
Hello. Can you understand me? I'm gonna shut up.
It skitters off your shoulder.
Well, I gotta follow it.
Okay.
I'm like, I go back to sleep.
Okay.
That was weird.
I was scared. I'm just so tired.
It's the altitude.
How cute. I'll follow it.
Okay. Are you trying to carefully pull away?
Yes.
Okay, so I need you to make a stealth check for me
Okay.
to absolve yourself of Ashton.
Okay.
Sheesh.
Okay. 15.
Okay. Make a stealth check for me with your passive perception is halved at the moment because of your, let's say you're sleeping.
Because you're asleep.
So it's 33 half, so 16.
33.
And you rolled a
15.
15.
Okay. What's your passive perception?
Oh, it's 11.
Okay. So you carefully and gingerly begin to pull yourself away from the big spoon position.
Really quietly.
That's true. As you step away from the larger cot that you were sharing, looking upon the spread of all your sleeping friends here, the dark of night beyond the tent, you see the tiny creature like skitter beyond and kind of stop just beyond and look back at you and go,
Well, he's going so fast.
All right, I'm just trying to clop really quietly behind.
What? Oh,
Are
sorry.
you okay?
Yeah. Just I'm just going for a little walk. It's fine. Go back to sleep. It's fine.
Okay.
I love you. Bye. Bye.
step out of the tent and you can see there are small clusters of soldiers that are still doing their inner patrols of the courtyard. You can see the tall, kind of scraggly, leafless trees that kind of claw their way up into the what is now the absence of moonlight in the sky right now. Katha is passed beyond the sign, so there's not a lot of light on the horizon beyond just the red glow of Rudis that still sits kind of bathing the entirety of the hill catch in that dull red glow. But there are torch lights still kind of flickering and magic lanterns that hang upon like poles that are set up within the courtyard that give enough light. No one seems to pay much mind to you exiting. You're within the walls. And you can see the sugar glider kind of like dart from tent side to tent side to tent side, heading towards what would be probably the southwestern side of the interior.
It's just going so fast. Slow down.
It kind of slows down a little bit and looks back at you
Thank you.
and continues to dart in that direction. Eventually, it heads to the like a cluster of a dried bush And one of the lanterns that's kind of flickering in a low ember looks like this is not one of the enchanted torches. It is actually like a standard torch that is kind of in its low end, the end point of its life cycle for the evening's burn. It's now just this low kind of orange ember. And you see the little sugar glider kind of clambers down to what looks to be a hole in the wall, like a small crack, and kind of turns around the edge, looks at you and goes, and squeezes down into the hole through the wall.
You think I'm gonna fit in there?
Peeking out of the flap of the tent, do I see her?
Yeah.
This is joyful music. There's no reason.
Yeah,
This is definitely
worried about.
I'm just gonna peek my head in and see if I see anything before going all the way in and trying to pull my ass through.
You look down. It's about maybe roughly that size. At certain points, like it's small. It's about the size, a little large for a field mouse. Even this like sugar glider creature could like move through with a little bit of work. But it looks like the wall itself is probably a good 1.5 feet thick of stone, like if not thicker. But you can see through the other side. You can see the darkness and shadow of the hole, and then on the opposite end, you can see the red glow on the ground beyond it. This is an actual tunnel that leads to the outside of the wall.
All right, I'll try to wiggle through.
Okay. How?
He said it's like this big.
Oh, yeah. I can fit. Shit, I don't know if I have any more.
Just a bit.
Shoot, I don't have any more wild shapes.
Just zip it up.
You've taken a short rest at this point.
We've taken a
like the equivalent of a short rest, given that you guys have rested through the night.
Okay.
Before.
All right. I will wild shape into just a little. I'm gonna. I know this is like a weird thing to wild shape into right now, but I really think it'll be cute. I want to wild shape into a cockatiel with a peach plume.
Wow.
Okay.
I love it.
But I'm not gonna fly. I'm just gonna.
Like like the
waddle.
Yes.
like where they have the smacky feet.
Yes.
Okay. You have to, like,
I
duck
wanted
your-
it to be like a little field mouse, but it didn't happen.
Hey,
It's
I
like,
get
well,
it.
This will have to do.
The inspiration hits you in the last minute.
Yeah.
Change course.
Inspiration or distraction?
Yeah, distraction.
You kind of glance as you're watching from a distance. You're kind of peeking beyond the tent and kind of following her up beyond the other tent where the wall is, just kind of just quietly following. You watch as Fearne shrinks down to a tiny little bird and begins to like walk through the base of the wall.
Hilarious. I'm gonna keep back. I don't want to interrupt what she's doing, but I am gonna trail.
Okay.
I don't want to interrupt the cocktail.
You kind of squeeze through the opposite side, get through the hole and emerge from the kind of southwestern side of the fortress's walls. Here now you can see the Hellcatch Valley itself kind of spreads out in all directions. You can faintly see the dull glow of an impending sunrise climbing on the eastern horizon, where like the dark expanse of the night sky above you, there's just that little bit of a lighter blue that turns to purple, and you know that the sunrise is maybe about an hour or so off in that direction. So,
I'm shaking, floof up my feathers.
okay, you hear the, and you look up and you can see one of the nearby kind of leafless trees that hangs up. The sugar glider has climbed up in one of the branches, sees you, and then leaps off the branch. Just continues to glide south, kind of cruising across the dust.
I'll follow.
Going far. I know.
Okay, so you take flight, following, and you can see it's like it glides down, catches a small bush or branch, then leaps off, and then glides a little further and skitters on the ground, climbs up something else, and it's kind of like looking back at you, making the chittering sounds, and continues to like to kind of guide you on a path. Orem, what are you doing?
Well, I can't fit in that hole, right? That's
Nope.
bigger. That's smaller than me. And how high? I'm at a wall.
Oh, the walls here are about 20 or so feet.
20 or so feet. Oh, geez. I'm gonna get a good running start and try to like leap and flea bounce off the top of a tent to the top of the wall.
Okay. I'd like for you to make an acrobatics check.
Okay.
This is a relatively high DC, given the height and the structures that are not terribly nearby, but it is doable.
That is a 26.
26 will do it. So you head back towards the wall, kind of check out your trajectory, wait for some of the guards to pass so as not to make them suspicious or weird. Run up, kind of catch the edge of a box, leap, and hit the edge of the tent, using that to rebound, and then go ahead and flea leap off the corner as you kind of through the air towards the edge. You realize towards the end that you're probably not going to make it, and you have to like throw seedling to like snatch the edge and get on top of the wall. And here there's, the walls here are sculpted magically out of the ground. So even the kind of parapets and walkways here have like a naturally hewn, slightly uneven look to them. But as you kind of pull over the side and look, you have a beautiful kind of overhead view of the surrounding shale-covered landscape of the Hellcatch. And you can just barely make out the...
I see the bird.
Well, you said I mentioned it's a cockatiel, you're a brighter color.
Yeah, white with a peach plume.
So very much can see her kind of this bright red bird creature that's now kind of walking or flying as it continues across the area.
Okay, I'm gonna stay put, and unless she like goes so far off that she disappears from view.
It guides you on for about 5 or 6 minutes. She's beginning to disappear from view.
So that's a yes. Okay, I leap down.
Okay. Land, kind of tweak an ankle a little bit, but not too much. It'll be fine if you walk it off in a few minutes. But continue following the path. Make sure you do not lose perspective on this. You continue to follow this tiny little creature, and it begins to like slow down a little bit and look back. And as you approach the cockatiel, kind of about from a 5 feet distance, kind of looks at you curiously. Begins to skitter further south, before looking back over his shoulder, kind of nudging you in this direction.
Wait. Where are we going? I just realized I don't... this is a little far. You're just so cute. Okay, I'll keep going.
You're still a bird?
Still a bird.
So chirping at the sugar glider.
You know, as you're getting further away from the fortress, the landscape is, coming up in large rock platforms, these like miniature mesas of, dusty rock and stone that rise up as platforms. The red light of Ruidus kind of gently being shifted by the kind of faint orange glow from the sunrise. In the distance, you can see there's like the trees kind of rising around it, the stone around. Eventually the creature like stops, and as you approach, turns and kind of leaps into the air and then just stays there. It just kind of stays floating in the air.
What's... All right, I'm just gonna float.
Okay.
And just try to look and see what he's on.
As the creature kind of sits there in the middle of the air, you watch as a shape begins to shimmer and emerge from nothing. You see like a dark armored gauntlet kind of pet it as the shoulder pauldron itself begins to reveal across what you can tell to be a familiar suit of heavy dark fey armor. You see a pale figure with dark hair begin to emerge from illusory invisibility as the Sorrow Lord Zethura seems to be now standing amongst this open space.
As soon as Orem saw the sugar glider hover in space, he went flat on the ground.
Okay. The figure stands there kind of looking at your bird form. Sure. Difficult to converse in this form, I'd say.
I just pretend I'm a bird, and I just keep flying around.
You panic flap?
I panic flap. Just a bird, Nothing to see here. I know. Maybe I can pull up.
Denial.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna settle on the ground and just look up at him, and I'm gonna drop my wild shape.
Okay. As you revert to your normal form, standing upon your hooves, tall and exuding the presence that is Fearne Calloway here in this kind of shadowed pre-sunrise state, the Sorrow Lord looks to you. It would seem Otahan is fallen. I smell her ruin upon your person. The smoke and soot of retribution still lingers. Well done.
Hi, Daddy. Nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you officially, my daughter.
What do you want?
I sense you walk with a secret fire. Begins to step and kind of walk parallel to where you stand. The creature still kind of chittering on his shoulder, his cloak kind of slowly billowing with each step behind you. The flame is churning within, eager to consume in an endless inferno. Something not of my make, something more ancient.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've truly grown into something terrible and wonderful. Slow to rise, but rise you do. My impatience remains my truest failing, but I'm proud to see what you're becoming.
Why?
Because I feared that I'd failed in creating something worthy of my bloodline. Ludinus has long belittled my contributions to the cause, with my failure in you. Such strong court blood should have produced a rude-born heir greater than a simple farm girl. His words. But perhaps you are just yet to find your potential. To unlock it. Perhaps indeed my kin can still be the one to pass the hollowed cage and awaken it.
What does that mean?
I apologize, Fearne. My absence as a father through your life might be the cause of your stunted ascendance, and I intend to correct that mistake at this 11th hour.
I don't need you to do anything. I don't even know you. What? I don't understand what you want with me.
You may not know me consciously, but part of you knows we're connected. As you kind of look at yourself, you can see that faint red energy kind of glowing ever so faintly off your body here in the proximity of the red Ruidian light. That odd kind of drifting, dull, night-like glow.
Did you love her? Birdie.
Birdie was part of a long plan, and she played her part well. But you're the entire reason I put up with any of these low-born, I think there's greatness in you. I can help you reach it.
How?
I want you to come with me.
Where?
To learn. To be taught. To show Ludinus and every other brainless individual that they don't understand the power that we hold, that the Sethuda bloodline contains.
I can't leave my friends. I can't, but you know, I do want to say, since you haven't been around, I think to make it up to me, you should give me your mount. And then maybe I'll think about coming with you.
Yeah, Daddy, I want a pony.
I really just want a pony.
I appreciate your ambition. Oh, I could give you whatever you like. Whatever creature in the Fey realm and beyond. We could hunt and break them together. Your cry could cause the skies to quiver in fear. There's nothing like it. That exhilaration. Being the apex hunter of everything.
It does sound really fun.
Hey, it's intoxicating.
I'm gonna just turn and look back. I can't go with you right now. But let me just make sure I'm getting this correctly. You are not in league with Ludinus?
Don't misunderstand. We've been in a long-term alliance. But priorities change. And I see opportunity. In fact, sometimes it's those that are underestimated. I can make the greatest play for power.
I'm gonna insight check him.
Go for it.
Yes!
So, can I read this motherfucker's lips?
Bitch.
Make an active perception check for me.
Bitch! Okay. 19.
19's still pretty
Oh, you have a sick
Yeah,
insight.
This whisper brought to you by.
Active perception is at advantage.
Oh, but you listen to the whisper.
I can't.
Brought to you by
Beacon.
I'm talking to you.
It's forbidden.
Forbidden
It's forbidden. Forbidden whisper.
Forbidden whispers.
Allow me the honor of shepherding you into your true nature.
I can't leave. But maybe we can figure something out, okay? Just, I have made a family for myself. And I love and I care for them a great deal. And I don't want to leave them. But I'm kind of into what you're putting down a little bit. I'm not gonna lie. But I can't go anywhere with you. I barely know you. How do I know you're not do something bad.
Fearne, Zathuta. It is in our nature to do bad things.
It's Calloway.
Unfortunately, there isn't much time, given the pace of events as of late. He glances up in the direction of Ruidus. The lessons need not be voluntary. Maybe it's important for you to face your own demons before we can truly break through. He kind of reaches into his cloak and pulls forth this wicked-looking black iron mirror, this like hand mirror with a handle on each side. And he just kind of pulls it from the shadow and holds it out towards you. And you look in the reflection and you see yourself looking back.
I'm gonna look away, and then I'm gonna look away, and then I'm gonna look away.
Does she see dark Fearne that she saw a long time ago?
When he pulls out the mirror, I'm going to cast Scorching Rays.
Scorching Rays of the
Because I'm
mirror?
gonna try to, at the mirror. I don't want to look at it.
Okay. Let's go ahead and roll 3 times.
Oh my god.
Also, I got a 28 on the perception check.
Yeah, you're kind of under the ground beyond some of the rock, and you see him just kind of pull forth something, and then she begins to lob 3 flame columns at him.
But did
Just to skill it.
all this time is what that perception was.
I'd say you picked up both of their
24.
conversation, yeah.
24, 29, and 26.
Okay, go ahead and roll damage.
Magic mirror.
Yeah, this could be like somebody in
8
there.
for the first hit.
Okay.
6 for the second.
Okay.
And 8 for the third.
Okay. The flames hit and impact in the front of the mirror as they kind of filter out. The final one kind of burning away to no impact on the mirror's surface. But as you kind of looking towards it, you see yourself kind of arms out of the opposite side as it smiles. And once glanced in a reflection not too long ago, you see a shadowed Fearne begin to climb her way out of the glass before stepping onto the ground.
How do you do this? How do you do this?
As she pulls, as she emerges, her leg is the last piece that seems to be almost connected to the glass. As she tugs herself free with that final kick, the mirror shatters behind her leg as the iron drops on the ground. As Zathuta just laughs and vanishes from sight.
What?
You see the dark Fearne kind of standing there as she stands up.
She's like out. She's out. She's out in the wild.
Yeah, well.
Oh my god.
We should have talked a long time ago.
Yeah. My gods, you're beautiful.
Speak for yourself.
What do you want?
What anyone wants from my realm
Oh no.
to take your place.
No.
Who's real? What?
Shit.
She's trying. She wants
Shit.
to swap.
Where's she from?
Shit.
Her neck kind of like cracks a little on one side, and you see the shadow beneath her begin to stretch out in 3 different points.
Oh no! Where did it get?
As 3 other kind of shadow
Why didn't you
ferns,
wake
reflections
anybody
of
else up?
her from shattered parts of the mirror begin to also form around. Then in unison, they all kind of laugh.
On the side, Orem pulls out the sending stone and whispers, Dorian, wake up, Dorian. Fearne and I outside the city, about 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Need you all.
Can anybody hear what you're saying? Even the microphone that's above you.
Dorian, outside the city, 10 minutes.
You do get a blast of information into your mind.
Little sleep apnea.
Yeah.
Not a lot. Just a
Yeah,
little.
totally.
That's why I said your name so many times.
And then I get all of that instantly?
Yeah, kind of like. It's like someone shouting into your ear.
What did you say?
Dorian.
You didn't give me a direction. You didn't give me a direction, did
I
you?
don't know the direction. We're outside the city. 10 minutes.
Wake up! Wake up! Wake up!
Wake up!
Full on yelling at everyone to wake up.
Why? What?
What the fuck's funny?
Wake up!
What? Why are you yelling?
This hasn't worked in months. I've got a message. Orm's in trouble. He said 10 minutes outside of camp.
It's called a nightmare. Just lay your head.
Wake up! No, wake up!
I'm getting my shit.
Wait, what?
Have we had a long rest, or is it still a short?
Orem?
This would be towards the cusp of a long rest, so no, you have not completed.
Okay,
right over there.
On the long rest.
I hit the button. I fucked up.
I did too.
I still have exhaustion.
You do.
So am I down one?
You've been, I'd say it's been close to 6 to 8 hours of sleep.
Rewind. Rewind.
I'll tell you what, roll a d20 for me.
Me?
Yeah.
Yes. Come on.
11 or higher,
Come on.
you had just transitioned into a complete.
Yes.
Okay. 11
Let
or
the dice
higher.
decide.
Just you or is it everyone?
She's rolling it for
I'm
everybody.
rolling for everyone.
Come on, baby.
Come on, baby.
Money, big money, big
Please.
money.
Come on, please.
Not good luck with this.
You can do it.
I believe in you.
All right. So it's been just enough time for a full rest.
Not
So
for
this
me,
is
though.
recover
Or
one level of
except
exhaustion
for you
during
and,
this rest
and
requires.
Fearne.
Okay.
Fearne and Orm were the two that managed to miss that.
slow in your
so you're
skills
both
are-
at whatever your expended spell slots are, or whatever your hit points were when you went to sleep. Short rest would have been at your disposal. Yeah. But beyond that,
We are not at full long rest.
not the two of you.
Okay, so have I still maybe healed one level of exhaustion, or am I still at? No.
Wouldn't have healed that yet.
likely no.
Okay, but with the short rest, I was still able to get a extra wild shape.
Correct.
Okay.
So.
And we immediately don't see Fearne.
Mercer's
There's
serving
no-
up dishes.
There's no Fearne.
We're missing Fearne and Orem.
There's no Orem.
Wait, what is?
I'm shaking Chet me awake because he just won't wake up. Just wake up! We need you! We need you!
Okay, I'm.
You've still.
What do you need? Do you have a cramp?
He said when, how far away it was, but he didn't say where. That's how I know something's wrong. We've got to find them. Can you track them? Smell them? I don't know.
Okay, hold on. Just let me get my clothes on for a second.
No, stay naked. You're gonna transform anyway.
It's true.
Do it
Put
now.
your boxers on.
No, I don't think I will. Let me go over here. Let me go over to where. Wait a minute.
Can I do
This
hit
bed's-
die with a short rest?
You what?
Can I do hit
Oh,
die
you
with a
can
short
do
rest?
some hit
Yeah.
die with a short
I'm
rest.
saying that
She
short
said,
rest.
can I do a hentai with a short rest?
Yes,
I go over to Fearne's bed, but there's no scent over there. I go over to Ashton. Was she in
Find them.
Yep, sorry.
Now.
Can I use my follow my nose to try and figure out which direction they might have exited the tent?
Yeah. I'll say either use perception or survival with advantage.
Is that something that you actually have?
Up to you.
Yeah. I got wolf nose, baby.
I didn't know.
Yes. That's right.
That is a 15.
15. You get.
Did you say perception or investigation?
I said perception or survival for tracking.
15's good. 15's
Okay.
good.
So 15. It takes you a little bit to really kind of pick up the track of where Fearne had gone. Thankfully, she wasn't clomping. It was a slow maneuvering. And it leads you to the edge of the wall. And the scent just ends.
Yeah, once in open space.
No, to the wall. Like you're in the courtyard and you get to the interior wall,
right.
and her scent is gone.
Well, fellows, here she is, the wall.
I take out pate. Go find her.
Hey, he just kind of gets launched over the wall.
How high is the wall?
About 20 feet.
Fuck.
Scan for Fearne and Orem. I tell.
Oh, like tracks.
Are we going?
Oh, yes,
Are
if
we
you
going
can-
up the bloody wall?
Yeah, I think so.
I take out the hammer. I take a jump, and I'm clicking a point of like a ladder point.
Okay.
So there's now a stick that anyone can use to get over the fucking wall if they
Oh,
want.
great.
Oh, great.
I'll just do spider climb.
I'm gonna mage armor myself and then.
Okay.
I've got underpants all, but I did put my boots on.
Okay, so you got boots and underpants. Hell yeah.
Yeah. Can I?
Careful what you grab.
It's funny, I don't see anything, and I'm like, he's got a handle. No, I'll carry him up with me if I can. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So between your spider climb, your hammer, you guys can all slowly begin to like clamber up the wall. Some of the guard are beginning to notice this chaos and like to the commotion. What's going on? What's the commotion? Is everything all right?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just keep a
Thanks.
lookout for anything that seems untoward.
I'm gonna send a
Right.
message. I'm sending a message to Orem.
Okay.
We don't want any guards to come follow us.
What's
join
happening?
Us?
What's
Now, while this has happened, this has been quite a few minutes of their end of things. So we come back to this point in time as this shadow Fearne and the odd like refractions, the dark refractions kind of all begin to slowly circle around you.
I'm going to cast Earthbind on the main one.
Earthbind on the main one. Alrighty.
Or the janky Fearne.
The janky Fearne? Okay. This will be initiating combat. So let's go ahead and roll initiative.
Oh shit.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Can I see the creature, the small animal, hovering in space anywhere?
No, it's vanished with its owner.
With its owner.
I have no spells.
I'm in a bad spot.
I don't want any fucking excuses.
I know,
want
I'm not.
results.
I'm just saying. I'm just saying. My head's in the game. My head's in the game. My head's in the game. I'm gonna figure it out. We'll figure it out.
Next time, think about it before you big spoon, okay?
I get a lot better. Not my face stuff.
All right, so 25 to 20.
24.
24.
We're not rolling.
Nope.
Not yet. Nope.
Okay. So Orem.
20 to 15.
I got a. Sorry, I got a 21. Sorry.
21. All right.
We're just leaving.
Bye.
She's like, no, bye. Alrighty. So, that being the case.
Oh no!
No.
Oh god, oh god, oh god.
What did you do?
I don't know.
Why'd you follow the sugar glider?
Because it was so cute.
Because it was a sugar glider.
Because yes.
Matt hooked you
He
like
knew.
a
He
fish.
knows.
He fucking knows. It's so easy.
Give me a cute little creature.
Up into this point here. Orem, you had been kind of hiding flat over here.
Wherever you want to. Yeah.
Whereas you would kind of sit a little bit further back about.
I think. Yeah, farther back makes sense.
There, where the conversation
This combat is
happened.
brought to you by WizKids Minis. Heed the call to adventure alongside the heroes of Alexandria, the Darrington Brigade. Available now, WizKids.io, Darrington Brigade.
Good Sam throw.
Fearne,
Yes.
this is your dark version.
She's so evil.
These are the
Whoa!
surrounding refracted shadow ferns.
First of all, amazing, Matt.
It's a theme.
Yes.
Yeah.
And look at this map.
That's a cool map.
Well, as this has continued to trigger, you begin to cast your spell, Orem. You do have the moment of initiative here as your top of initiative order, as you begin to cast your Earthbind.
Oh, jeez. I would have already gotten up if we're saying that I had this cover and I saw Daddy, I would have backed up against it. So I'm already on my feet. I'm gonna fucking run out. I'm gonna run straight out.
Okay.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. I will use my action to move further.
Okay.
I will stop here. I will run under her legs, slide her back, bait and switch.
Bait and switch.
And you
Orem
get,
just tumbles beneath your legs and pushes you back into a defensive position.
you get an extra 4 AC to you.
That'll help. You get your
I'm so glad you're here.
AC goes up by 4.
Okay.
Followed an animal, huh?
Sorry.
And that's it. That's the end of my turn.
Okay, finishing your turn. Fearne, you're up.
You have an extra 4 to your AC for now.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Earthbind on
The main one?
main one. Main Fearne.
Okay.
I'm the main Fearne.
Alrighty.
Main
that-
bad Fearne.
They all have different hair colors.
That's really cool.
So, well, that being the point, it is a what, saving
Which one's
throw?
real Fearne?
Right
Dexterity
next to
saving throw, right?
Right next to Orm. It's real fun.
This is a strength saving throw
Real
of
slim
19.
Fernie. Please stand up.
Strength or dexterity?
You're probably right.
Oh no, I'm looking at the wrong one. No, I clicked the wrong one.
I wouldn't trust myself.
No, it is strength saving throw. You're right.
Okay.
Okay, so that'll be a 13.
All
Which
right.
I believe is a
so
failure,
it fails.
correct?
Yes,
Okay.
it fails.
Okay, so it is. Its flying speed is reduced to 0. Okay. So you're concentrating on it. So now, if it was intending to fly in any way, shape, or form, it cannot.
So, yes. Oh, I think I just thought she couldn't move. I didn't realize it was a flying situation.
Yeah.
Even if she's not flying, she can walk around.
She can walk around, but if
Damn, dumb.
but if she wants to fly or had the ability to fly anywhere, she cannot.
Okay.
Her speed
that
is 0.
I thought.
Did you put the ring on real Fearne? Who I?
Because she's concentrating on the spell.
Oh, so
Shit.
it's concentration ring. Okay.
Yeah.
Whatever. That was a dumb waste of a spell. That's okay. That's okay.
Not
Whatever.
necessarily. You don't know what she's capable
Maybe
of.
maybe she
and that's
was
the
gonna.
Earth
She was
Bind.
gonna fly around. Okay.
All right. Do you want to move or you want to stay put? She keeps the AC bonus when she's next to you, right?
Yes.
I'm gonna stay put.
Okay, got it. All right. So, with that, the mirror Fearne that had come through here, the familiar sight of this terrible kind of like dark reflection of you, the teeth slightly extended, the like creeping darkness that filters into the alcoves of her expression and her body. She kind of steps away to the side a little bit as the magic takes effect, her head slightly cocked in your direction. You waste your gifts, Fearne. You're a disgrace. She is then immediately going to and dart forward around to this space, and is going to go ahead and unleash onto you 2 Shadow Claw attacks.
Okay.
First one is going to be a 25 to hit.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, with that, you take
A lot of math.
it's going to be 7 points of cold damage as the claw kind of strikes across you with
It's
freezing
cold
fury.
damage?
It is.
So,
Oh.
because I had a fun time with the dread captain.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, you can use a reaction to become resistant to cold damage until the end of the turn. Use this feature again. Okay.
Fuck
Oh,
yeah.
that's 7 points. Yeah. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it.
You can do it? Okay. So that reduces it to 3 points of cold damage,
All right.
as well as 3 points of psychic damage from it. So you take 6 damage total.
Okay. Okay.
Second attack is going to be a natural 20.
Holy
right.
cow.
See what you got, bitch.
All right. That's going to be 8 plus 4. 12 points of cold damage.
Okay.
Is that halved as well?
Because
that's still
so
the
yeah,
end of your
insurance,
turn.
that'd be
Thank you.
maybe 6 points of cold damage.
Okay.
And 2 points of psychic damage.
So 7 points.
Correct.
total.
Yeah, 8 total from that one.
8 total. Okay.
So that's going to end its turn.
Okay.
As that one sweeps up there, the other ones are going to.
Holy crap. Where are you at, Fearne? Sure.
I am. Well, I was able to. I'm at 79
Okay.
Because you short rest.
because I short rested.
Okay. All the other ones full on swarm you from those 4 corners. They all have you flanked, so the rest of them get advantage on their attacks.
Whoa.
Okay. Hi. Okay.
So that the first one's gonna make 2 attacks against you for with advantage. That's gonna be 18 to hit.
No.
First one misses you or strikes the armor and slides off. Its second attack is going to be that's gonna be 22 to hit.
Yes.
You take 5 points of cold damage. That's from the one in that corner.
My boost to you?
Halved. That's what the boost. Yeah, 21 is my boost.
So 5 reduced to.
One on this side is gonna go ahead and attack you twice with advantage. That's gonna be a 15 to hit, which misses
No.
you. That's gonna be 18 to hit, which I think misses you with the armor boost, right?
Yes. Yeah, misses.
Nice one. That's gonna be 21 to hit.
That just hits.
That just hits. You take 8 points of cold damage.
Reduced.
Reduced to 4.
What was
reduced
the,
to
what do I
4.
reduce the 5 to?
6. It was 2.
Okay.
5 dead.
Well, it reduces it on the same turn, not round. So the first attack, it was the first one that attacked you twice with the crit. It reduced that one. It hasn't reduced the ones after that. So technically, they're taking their own different rounds.
Oh,
Or
I
some
thought it was
own
to the
different
end of
turns.
your turn.
I think it's I think.
Is that what it says?
Let me double check, because I Until the end of the turn.
Oh, the turn.
The turns, yeah.
Okay, so I
Those are full damage.
I might have not done those other
So
ones.
5 and 8.
No,
5
you
and 8?
did. You did.
I did. Okay.
Everything's
okay.
fine, but-
So I did the 8. I didn't do the 5. Okay.
Right. And so the last two are a 17 to hit, which misses you, and a natural 20.
Wow!
My God.
Matt,
You're in
listen,
savage right
you were
now.
supposed to leave that
I know.
a couple sessions ago.
Do you have a special, wait, are you using a special dice or is it a different?
Through this dice.
Fuck!
You did this! You did this! You did this!
Not like this.
14 points of cold damage.
14 points?
Yes.
Okay.
And that's going to finish all their turns.
Okay.
Back to the top of the combat round. Orem, you're up with Fearne on deck. They're all just swarming Fearne, and you hear them all as they're all just striking and scraping through. You're like dodging, your armor's catching some of it scratching your back, and you hear Fearne like screech in pain. And as the ones around finish after the attack start cackling.
All I keep thinking is our song. 1 by 1 we climb until we reach the 2 by 2 we fall. What if one dies, another one has to die? What if it's a prophetic song?
Laura!
Oh, because Laura Bailey.
Keep that to yourself.
Don't say these things.
Okay, so bonus action, bait and switch, and I slide our positions around and give you an additional 3 points at the start of my next turn.
Okay.
An
Could be 10.
An additional
3 AC.
3 AC. And on top of what I already had?
No, instead of it.
Oh,
So
okay.
now it's
over.
Starting it over. Okay.
18, 19, 20.
I am going to think, Grandma Maury, your granddaughter is in trouble. Her father is here, and we have no time. And I start swinging.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Call the cavalry. Call in airdrop.
I have no flanking with anybody, so.
AC
Okay, I'll just hit the one next to Fearne.
The one next to Fearne, which one?
Sorry, that one.
This
We'll go
one?
That one.
Yep. Okay.
All right. That is 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay. I'm not using all my stuff right away. 20, that's 20. 20. No, that's 12 to hit. 12 points of damage.
Okay.
Yeah. Next hit. 21. So then that's another 12 damage. 22. And 11 points of damage. So I'm just hacking away at her goat legs. Low. Action surge.
Okay, go for it.
23 to hit. That's 11 points of damage. Oops. 27 to hit. 9 points of damage. 24 to hit. 10 points of damage just on one of them.
Striking with each hit, you carve into it. You see where the flesh cuts. There's a brief, looks like a reflection of light behind it, like almost like the mirror itself is reflecting within the wound before it kind of closes and gets bloodied with black within.
Oh,
So does it look like this thing was hurt, or does it look like
It looks
I've
like
been-
it's bleeding and like the black kind of blood-like liquid that's dripping from it. But each time you strike, it's like scraping a razor across a glass surface for a moment, and then it bleeds out.
Okay, and the magic is the mirror is shattered on the ground, right?
It looks like it. Yeah, it's just left there.
That's
it's just on the ground.
Yeah.
It's not shattered.
Well, there's like broken mirror
okay.
shards around on the
An
ground.
iron frame, right?
Yeah.
Iron frame.
And that's it. I stand my ground.
Okay.
Next to Fearne.
That finishes your go.
Yeah.
Fearne, you're up.
Okay. I am going to activate the spark of Roshan.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Okay.
Pick it up.
Isn't it dangerous to do that right after you did it?
Who gives a shit? This is bad.
It'll add 2 more
It'll add
points
2 more points
of exhaustion to you.
when I
she
when I
stops,
drop
though,
it.
When you drop it, yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna be real.
So I'm gonna be real fucking
Getting
tired.
geeky, that's all.
Just a little sleepy beepy.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
But I
Push this one out of the
I
way
have
because
an
you
idea
occupy
for
now 4 squares as you do.
We're in trouble.
Okay.
It makes it easier to find you.
So wait, they came out
Yeah.
of a mirror.
Absolutely.
It's true.
Suddenly,
But they
big
also feel
bonfire
like
in the middle of
glass.
the dark.
Okay.
You just ignite around you. The air itself seems to burn and steam as you take on the elemental form within. That's an action to make the transformation?
That is an action.
Okay, so you still have your bonus action.
My bonus action, I am going to pop out Mister.
Okay.
That's a good boy.
Where do you want Mr. to land?
I am going to put him. Let's put him over there, kind of by. Yeah, right. Yeah, on the other side. Yeah.
All right.
Where you can still hit them.
Yeah. You see him like screech out and looking at the other like various dark ferns around, looking very unhappy.
All right. That's my turn.
All right. Finishing your go, the shadow ferns themselves kind of chuckling in unison, this weird kind of just slightly offset like around you. This one shifts from this side here to move in. And is going to go ahead and take another round of 2 strikes on you. Because it is because you are within melee of one of the other forms, it gets advantage in the attack against you. That's going to be 17 to hit. Which
Does not
hit you.
But when they take a melee attack, they take a D8
Hit with
fire
or just
damage.
attacks you?
Whenever a creature hits you, sorry.
Okay. Second one against you. That is going to be a 24 to hit.
That hits.
So that does hit you. So roll any fire damage as it kind of flashes against it. 2 points of fire damage. All right, on the main Shadow Fern. So because it's now directly, you are within melee with one of the other ones, it gets its voice thief sneak attack on you. So that means it's going to go ahead and do, from a damage standpoint, that's going to be 6 points of cold damage plus 6 points of cold damage plus 2 points of psychic damage.
6 points of. Say one more time. I'm sorry.
6 points of cold damage.
And 6
2 points of psychic.
Oh, 2 points.
Plus an additional 19 points of sneak attack damage to you.
You okay?
Mm-hmm.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Is that 27 points of damage?
And a concentration check.
Yes.
And did you call this the voice thief?
Correct.
Do not fail this.
I think because I have an exhaustion, I get a disadvantage. Okay.
You do.
Yeah.
But
Natural one. Okay. So
Okay.
but the first strike misses. The second one, when it strikes you, she doesn't go for your chest. Her grasp goes around your neck and carves across the front of your throat. The cold feeling, there's no blood, there's no scar. You see a splash of dark, but there's no blood. And then as you go to try and your voice is gone. You cannot cast any spells with verbal components at the moment.
You can't cast any spells?
With verbal components.
Which is all of them.
It's happening already!
Okay.
So you have to look and see if it has a verb.
Okay.
Well done.
But you can still do this stuff.
Yeah.
This
I'm fine.
it finishes its turn. These three are going to now continue to kind of swarm around you.
Took me a second. I was like,
You gotta think about it.
Shit!
With
There's
advantage
somebody!
striking on you for this one. That's going to be
Wait, what?
16 to hit.
V means verbal, right?
Yeah.
Fuck!
16 is not hit. Your AC is 20, right?
Right? Yeah, she's a 20.
That misses too. The first one goes strike for you twice, and it just can't quite figure out what part of the flames to go for in your current form. The one across the way there. That's going to be a 26 to hit.
Yeah.
No.
But it does take fire damage.
Okay. So, okay.
Let's go ahead and roll for that.
7 points of fire damage.
7 points of fire damage on that one. And you take 6 points of cold damage. All right.
I'm not doing good.
The
Sorry.
second attack for that one, that's going to be a 19 to hit, misses you.
Misses.
Because of Aurum.
Misses.
And then the last one is going to attack you twice. Natural 20.
Okay.
That's gonna. This is a shitty roll. You take 8 points of cold damage,
Okay.
and then its last attack is going to be a 20.
20 to hit.
20 to hit.
Okay.
It just hits you. And you take 6 points of cold damage.
And also roll fire damage as well.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
actually, for both of those, right?
How many hits did you do?
Yeah, you
Hit you
need to do
twice,
fire
so it's
damage
2
for
hits.
2 more.
Okay, 7
Okay.
and 1.
Okay, so 8 points. You see, as they're striking you, they're chuckling as they're just swarming you like a feeding frenzy of terrifying hunters. They're just like ripping and tearing through you in flames and elements of strange kind of dark fire tendrils. What would be blood, but now almost look like volcanic melted rock kind of splash out in directions before they cool. And as they pull back, their fingers are searing, and you see them kind of like mixed from the pain, but still kind of fully immersed in the pleasure of the hunt. Orem, you're watching them just go to town on your flaming friend here. That finishes their go. Orem, you're up with Fearne on deck.
Okay, the one that I attacked originally is the one facing her head on, correct?
This one.
Yeah, I'm gonna dive
5 points.
through the flames of Fearne's, between Fearne's legs.
Okay.
Underneath, bait and switch. Give me a good roll. 7, plus 7 to your
Plus
AC
7 to
right
my
now.
AC?
Yes.
Yes.
I will attack that one in the lead. That is an 18.
18 hits.
Hits, okay.
Solo on Orem, you got this.
That's 10 points of damage. Natural 20.
Oh, baby!
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
4, it's
smell
just
you
10
guys.
points of damage because I rolled low.
You smell.
And then
Oh, I thought you said you smell us.
17 to hit.
I smell you.
17 misses.
Misses.
It will use its reaction to use Slippery Dash.
Yep.
So now it can use its reaction to move at speed without provoking opportunity attacks. So it's just going to go ahead and move around and shift to the opposite side of Fearne.
You don't want to be
Just
slippery
cackling.
dashed, you guys. You just don't.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to do second wind, just to give myself a little more HP.
Bonus action, save the day.
Come on. Okay.
All right, go ahead and roll that for yourself.
Balls.
How many?
16 total. It's all right. I use hit dice for my short rest, and that's it. That's all I got. I'm just holding my ground, protecting Fearne.
Okay, Fearne, you're up.
Yeah, don't you have a record?
I do have a record. Okay. Everything I have left is verbal. Okay, what I'm gonna do is Oh, Mister's gonna take some shots. Mister's gonna take some shots. That's what I'm gonna start with.
Shots.
Shots.
He's gonna take some shots at Maine. Fearne.
Okay, go for it.
Yeah.
At Maine, Fearne.
Sorry, hang on.
Just over here.
Okay.
Oh, we're so far.
We're so far.
Yeah.
Fine.
As of right now, you guys are just starting to get your clothes on.
Well,
We were
some
over the
of
wall. We were over the wall.
Well, I was
No, that
I was going you guys a little
minutes
further
of
ahead of
stuff.
time.
I'm just clinging
That's
to
fair,
the
that's
side of
fair.
Dorian's face.
Yeah.
All in 1 minute.
Yeah,
Alright.
that you guys all started when he sent the message, and then he sent the message right before this started. So
21 to hit.
21 hits.
Okay. And it's 6 points of damage.
Yeah,
points
whatever
of fire
happens, we're gonna
damage.
Show up.
Alrighty.
And I'm going to. This is what I got left, guys. I'm gonna deactivate the spark of. Where's Orem?
I'm right next to you.
Shit.
Oh, because it goes boom boom?
It goes boom boom.
Well,
How big a bomb?
You're gonna be.
Oh
boy, you're gonna be down though. You know you're gonna be real down.
Motherfucking bad person!
Okay, maybe I should.
I mean,
I'm
no.
gonna die. I'm gonna die.
Okay, in
have
that
to do
case,
it.
fucking.
But so could Orem.
No, he's fine.
Nuke your friends to save
You gotta start
yourself.
feeding him
yeah.
breakfast.
Okay. All right. Well, I can't talk right now. I'm gonna deactivate.
You're why
Why do you have to say it like that?
No, I'm just confirming. I'm just confirming.
Bloodlust in his eyes.
I'm just confirming.
The excitement.
I know he was so
Terrible
excited.
poker
excited about
He's
it.
excited. Okay, wait. No, yeah.
He's barely containing.
I'm gonna do it.
Are you doing it? Okay.
I'm gonna do it.
So
Because you're gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
Next hit,
I'm
you're
gonna
out.
next hit. I'm out. Okay.
I forgot to ask you to roll for concentration on the Earthbind, by the way.
I did, and I failed.
You failed? Okay.
That was the
It's
one.
been a very effective
No,
right?
spell for
No,
what it's worth.
that was for the voice thief.
Oh, okay.
So
Wait, I rolled it again.
disadvantage.
Druid problems.
Okay. 17.
17 would be okay. Yeah. So you
What?
maintain
Okay,
Earthbind.
so it still stays. Cool. So I'm going to deactivate.
What's the range on
And the DC for that is 18. Dexterity saving throw. All
And
creatures within 20 feet.
20 feet.
And it is.
That's all of them, including Orem.
Always in the mix.
DC. What was the DC in that?
Say again?
What was the DC?
Okay.
18.
18. All right. So for the main one,
Acrobatics.
natural 20. So they succeed.
Fucking dick.
I've rolled all those 20s.
Not you, the main one.
That one is going to be 16. That's a failure. A natural 1 failure.
Super fail.
Oh, there's so many.
And that's going to be
This is so many ones.
That's going to be a 20. So succeed, fail, fail, succeed.
I got a 23.
Okay, succeed. So half damage.
16.
Snatch and grab.
Relentless.
Hang on.
The best.
23. How many did I roll?
They're about to throw a sack in her head, throw her in a van.
Yeah. I thought we were gonna take a nap and talk about our feelings.
I know.
Or take a
What
head.
the fuck? I'm glad you guys got some snuggle time.
Like 2 hours.
Both with migraines.
Way more than that. Close to a long rest.
Yeah,
or-
that was like
six, 7 hours.
Okay, that's way better.
Unless you were awake for a while.
Oh, well, it was the non-hardy arm. It was good.
So 23 plus 18.
31?
41.
41.
All right. So
That's cool. That's good.
That's good.
I'm positive.
So Orm takes 20 or 21?
Yeah, 20.
20.
20.
all right. So
I'm
you,
sorry,
yeah, you take
Laura.
20.
Don't know. You're good. You're good, Fearne.
As you revert back to your form and kind of step back onto your hooves, the heat emerging around you in waves, you see as two of the like shadow fragment ferns cackling and themselves just shatter out.
Okay, so
into-
two of us.
Okay.
both of these look very hurt.
They're very hurt.
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was that an action or was that like a bonus action?
That was a.
I'm just saying, is it like a free
you can
action?
drop
Is it a
the
free
call.
action to drop the form?
So
Not-
do something else.
It was an
Do
action.
something good.
It was an action.
Fuck.
And then I already did a bonus action with Mr. Flamin' through.
free action.
Do you have any that you get like a round of something, or are you now just down?
No. That's it. That's all she wrote.
Okay, that
I
finishes
just
your
take
turn.
2 points of exhaustion now, so now I'm at 3.
Well,
Because I had 1.
right, so it'd be 3.
Okay, got it.
Well, you had 2 because you hadn't finished the full rest. Because you had 2 at the end of last.
So now I have 4.
So you have 4 points.
Cool.
What happens
my
at 4
God, what
points of
happens at
exhaustion,
point
DM?
maximum
I
is
don't know if I've ever met anyone that's
That
been
was-
Hit point maximum is half.
That doesn't matter for her right now.
No, that's true. That's true.
Wait, so
Disadvantage on everything.
And your like
Still can't
movement
cast?
speed is slow.
Movement speed is half.
Chili neck.
Get that chili neck.
Got that
Disadvantage
chili
on
neck.
ability checks. Disadvantage on attacks and saving throws.
okay, I'll be
Believe in
fine.
me
I'll
that
be fine.
believes in
I'll be
you.
fine.
All right, so finish your turn, Fern?
Yeah.
All right. Cackling. This one's going to go ahead and attempt to lift off the ground, but cannot because of the Earthbind spell.
I thought did it drop?
Something came in handy.
No, she
it
actually
didn't.
held.
I was able to keep it.
She's going to go ahead and dart up here.
Why?
Why?
And is going to go ahead and attempt to leap onto the platform over there since it can't.
Lava death.
Yeah.
She's on the corner.
Barely gets up there. in that
What's she
zone.
trying to do? What's she trying to do?
I don't like it.
There we go.
Now it's gone.
She's dead.
Take her from the field.
Nope.
Theater of the
I
mind.
need to put the.
Putty.
Putty's going to be needed for this one.
Putty, putty.
Putty. Put a motherfucker for the putty. Putty, you want it.
Well, there.
You wanted glue.
This one's going to go ahead and
Too fast to understand.
lift up here.
Took me a second.
So they do not get their advantage in the attacks, but they're both going to take 2 void dart strikes at you as they send up there. Their hands begin to crackle with dark black purple energy, and they like just laughing into the air as they throw them at you. The central one up there on the far end is going to go ahead and roll. That's going to be 22 to hit.
Fuck.
You have my +6, right?
No, it's a
No.
+6.
This time.
Because I
right.
had it. It was. I have a 24 right now. It was plus
All
7.
right.
Yeah, +7.
It was plus 7.
Second attack is going to be
Wow.
20 to hit. So they both managed to just go wide. This one over here has 2 void dart at you.
With the motherfucking halfling shield.
That's going to be a 26 to hit.
That hits.
All right.
Roll low, roll low.
Do you have a reaction?
It's purple.
Roll low, roll low.
I know.
So-
I already looked.
This is going to be 6 points of psychic damage.
Oh, you turned away some. How many?
6 points.
I am down.
Okay.
Fearne falls to the ground unconscious. As part of the void dart, if she hits, she can teleport to an unoccupied space within 5 feet of the target.
What?
No!
And with the second attack, is going to go ahead and strike you. Shadow Claw.
That's 2 death saves.
What is happening?
That's 2.
That's an auto hit. Or sorry, advantage in the hit. That's going to be a 25 to hit. Right? That was how much was it?
24.
24.
It hits.
Auto crits. That's 2 death saves.
What's happening? Are you about to die?
What is
Are you about to die?
Maybe.
What is happening to our campaign?
Maybe. It's okay.
Here for it.
It's okay. Oh my god.
That finishes,
okay, everybody.
that finishes their turn. Orem, you're up.
I think I have a healing potion still, because I had 2 or 3 at one point, and I used 1 in the last battle.
I think they got.
I think I gave you 1 after you were up.
I made bad choices.
I have
more.
because I know we moved things around. I have way more than I was supposed to have.
I think I still have
So-
1. I'm not going to push it. I'm going to say I have 1.
Because I did not have 4.
I am going to start pouring it into Fearne's mouth. That's an action, right?
It's an action to administer it to an unconscious figure.
I do that, and then I step over her and hold up my shield and give her an additional 2 to her AC.
All right, so how much does she heal?
Oh, right.
No, just 2.
5. It's just 2?
No.
9, 13 plus 4, right?
Yeah.
So 17.
So you heal 17. You're now back to consciousness.
Okay.
Take this away.
How do I even bring it back? Oh, here we go.
17.
I feel 17.
At 16 there. Yeah. There you
And now your AC bonus is just +2.
That's it. I use my action to do the potion, and
So
I'm
you-
standing over her to hold with the shield up.
That's a wowie wow. Sorry, I fucked this up.
No, I know, I
Ashley,
was
I'm
doing
trying
it.
to
You're
help.
fine, you're
and
fine,
I'm
you're
fucking
trying
So
to-
17 hit
okay.
points. You're up, Fearne.
I'm up.
So now, finishing your turn, you're over her body on the ground, shield out. You're conscious on the ground, prone. The shadow of Orem over you, like desperately guarding you with your shield. You're back into yourself. Your voices return because it's been around, and she was not actually able to voice thief you from up close.
Okay.
So it only lasts until the end of the next round. So your voices returned. You're conscious. What are you gonna do?
Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do here is Scorching Ray.
What level?
The highest I got, which is 3rd.
And you can't escape,
Okay.
right? You can't turn into a fucking bird and bounce. Like,
But Orem is still there.
Big bird.
So 3rd level is
can't.
4 rays, correct?
Because I brought out Mister, so I only have. That was my last. I wild shaped into the cockatiel, and then I
Brought out Mister, yeah.
What
So
did you
that's
say?
4 rays at 3rd
4
level,
rays.
right? So 4 attacks. Who are you aiming them at?
I'm maiming him at. I can't. Main furniture. Yeah.
All the main one?
All of the main one. Well, let's do.
Okay,
let's do.
we'll roll for
Okay.
one. Okay, same.
Uh,
So the first one?
First one is. Oh, well, my baby back.
Yeah, I feel like it's really hot.
It's so hot.
So hot.
20.
20 hits.
Okay.
You never get in that.
So go ahead and roll damage on that one if you
Okay.
So 2d6.
The second one is 17.
17 misses.
Okay. It's so noisy. Son of a bitch. 4 points of damage. I'm not gonna
4 points of fire damage. Okay. Third one.
Natural 1.
Last one.
Natural 19.
Okay, that definitely hits. Go roll damage.
6 points of damage.
6 points of fire damage.
God, that was such a shitty.
Fearne, how do you want to do this? That fire blast took him down to only 10 hit points, and you just did 4 than 6.
Oh my god.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, okay. Is that mean?
prime? Was that the prime?
Main.
Oh.
Okay. I'm just gonna. I'm just. I'm just gonna get up on my knees and my I can't do this. I can't make this cool. I just shoot him out from force.
Okay, so standing up there at the top, you see lording in the red light, the shadow version of you that's kind of taunted the exterior, the very fair edge of your dreams and nightmares, cackling up above as you unleash this series of blasts of flame. Some of them go wide in your fury. The last one strikes true. As it does, you see it impacts and seems to vanish. It continues to laugh. Takes one big breath, and you watch as this like low, dull, glowing crack kind of begins to splinter throughout before it shatters like a white-hot mirror into 1,000 pieces on top, just scattering out and plummeting to the ground in hundreds and hundreds of shards of broken glass.
And then I just look at Mr. Please help. And I'm gonna have him take Flaming Seed and shoot at the last standing.
Last one? Go
last
for it.
meanie.
Have him go ahead and roll.
And the last one stays up, even though Prime went down, right?
Yeah, that's a natural 19 plus stuffs.
That hits.
Oh, she's right next to us.
Okay.
Roll big.
Okay. That will be.
Oops, all ferns.
Why am I? Where are you? Sorry. Wait a minute.
He's got a gun now?
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Guess what he uses for ammunition in the gun?
Oh, what'd you say?
Guess what he uses for ammunition in his gun?
Oops. Yay!
It's like one of those big, like...
Poop gun?
Like pop guns? Like, yeah.
Like a small potato gun.
Like a potato gun.
But the shoes poop now.
Small potato.
All right, how much damage do you deal? The additional fire damage from your ability too.
Well, plus also, which I've been forgetting to do, I roll a d8 because the enhanced bond.
Correct.
So,
Oh, great.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
That shit gun's gonna work so much better now.
Yeah, now I'm gonna win. Okay, so let's see.
Come on, mister.
Where the fuck? It's a plus. It's
Yeah. He's cute, yeah. I could love it.
Ashley!
I'm so sorry, you guys. Okay, so that is
It's hard to read.
I know.
9 points of damage. 9 points of fire damage.
Come on.
How much? Sorry.
9.
9 points of fire.
It's, oh God.
Okay.
It's so hard to read when you're freaking out. It's
She's
so
still up?
because you can't
really
find
is.
anything.
Gets shot with the flaming excrement from Mister's pistol. The Shadow Fern takes the hit. Is just kind of standing there and still remains standing. That finish your turn?
Yes, it does.
At the
Yes,
end
it
of
does.
At the end of your turn, the Shadow Fern kind of still looking forward, still kind of the flames from the impact of Mr. Strike still stands there before it flickers, and then just vanishes.
You stinkers.
They disappear at the end of the turn. But here, in the midst of this heavy breathing, adrenaline pumping quiet.
Fuck, did you survive?
I just roll on my back.
Done.
Fuck!
I start straining my ears for that.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Daddy.
Daddy's
Dad's
still here.
And you glance
Go home,
up
baby.
as the edge of this rock surface seems to shift. And you notice the chameleon color change of the massive fey dragon form of Glomglut that was just perched across, that had changed the color of its body and wings to blend in with the surroundings. Now stands up and kind of looks down at the two of you as you see the Sorrow Lord, Atheon Zathuda, on its mount just clapping. So it seems he'd be pressed a little closer to the edge. Maybe it's not self-preservation. Maybe it's protectiveness.
Oh my God.
Well, we are always our worst enemy, aren't we? He just kind of stands there looking up at top as he kind of now sitting atop the dragon, doesn't even pay mind to you.
As I stand up, I'm gonna stand in front of Orm.
You are capable of greatness, Fearne. Why do you insist on shackling yourself to low-born sheep? Why do you cling to shreds of morality when your heart screams to be free and take what you wish?
What do you think I wish for? I love these people. That's what I care about. Why would I want to go to this place? They all seem like they're fucking miserable.
They're merely a testing tool, my dear. And you passed. Now I know what's important to you. Perhaps I need to develop the next lesson. I see such promise in you. A glimmer beneath your hollow, waning words. You will emerge your true self. You are my child. And I know our nature. You hold it back, but it's fighting to be set free. Ludinus' vanguard can fall to dust. Seminar and their court legacy can crumble for all I care. Let Sethuda blood become the devourer of gods. May you take what is rightfully yours and cast to ash my disappointment in you. Embrace your essence. Step into your destiny. I'll be watching. As Glomglut takes to the sky, screeching up above, the sunrise light now beginning to show a peaking bright orange, threatening to break through. At that same time, shortly after that screech, you hear bells begin to ring from the fortress across the way. The rest of you, as you're climbing over the wall, hear that screech up in the sky above. Oh, no, and immediately the soldiers start, in the sky! Attacking dragon! Dragon! Bells going off, people starting to mount ballista, and you watch as Glomglut begins to just circle above where you are. As it does, you begin to hear the sounds of ballista being let loose. Into the ground about 15 feet from where you stand.
Shit.
Maybe closer to the wall. Closer to the wall.
All right. Back up a little bit.
All right, so you all kind of turn and begin heading in the direction of the fortress. You begin to see these kind of mounted arcane defensive weaponries that are being charged up, and these like faint kind of bluish green glows begin to. And as Glomglut does a slow swoop over both of you, like one final pass by, two of them let loose their charge. Bolts of deep blue-green energy go striking hundreds of feet out in their direction, just barely arcing over where the two of you stand and just passing below where the dragon swooped. As it begins to fly off eastward in the direction of the Tishtan site. More distant ballista begin to arc off into the distance, and you feel you're no longer in immediate danger to the array. But as you begin to approach, you begin to see your friends kind of up on the wall, as all of you begin to see now Fearne and Orm approaching, looking a bit harried. Fearne looking in a rough place.
I almost didn't come after you.
I don't know what I would have done without you here.
I thought you were going out to pee.
Well, no, there was just a really cute creature, and I followed it, which is a dumb thing to do, but I'm sorry.
Give me your hand. Let's just get back inside. Hey.
What happened?
Oh, we came as quick as we heard.
Oh God, you look like shit.
Yeah.
I feel like it.
Very good.
Dropping the hammer down for another handle to get up and over the. Come on.
Maybe we find the door.
Let's
Let's go around the front door.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Thanks, though, Ash.
I'm gonna flip down then. Everybody down who's coming down.
Yeah. We'll kind of walk with them.
Fern just got rocked.
All right.
Really?
I'm gonna come straight up to her and put my arm on her shoulder. Are you okay? And then as I do that, she's gonna feel a little warmth in my hand, and I'll cast Cure Wounds for sure. Like she looks bad, right? Amazing. Okay. Yeah, I got you. Good. 8, 9, 4, 13, 3, 17.
Okay.
So, Daddy's here.
What did he want? I can't believe you're still standing.
Well, he didn't want to kill me. I think he wanted to test me.
For what?
I don't know. He said something about a hollow gate. Did you hear that?
It seemed to me like he was talking about Fearne being the vessel.
I remember he feels like he manufactured you.
Yeah.
You sort of revealed yourself. He's going to come looking for.
You made it pretty obvious he's coming back.
He wants you to be the one that Predathos goes into. The vessel.
Oh.
I'm sorry, did you say that dragon was Fearne's father? How does that?
So not the dragon, but there's like a mean guy who rides the dragon.
Oh, okay.
Yes, but the dragon's name is Gloomglot. How
Her
cool
dad's
is
name
that?
is Shadow Lord Zathuda.
All right. Yeah.
Real fun.
Pretty dark. It's like a big bad
Well,
thing.
we can't let him take you. If that's what he wants,
No.
How did he find you?
That's what I was thinking.
We've made our presence pretty well known.
Sure, but we bamfed down from the moon. We walked a distance. We were asleep in a tent and covered from the sky.
He came through the bridge as well, right after us?
We're in an outpost not that far from the Malleus Key.
I mean, he did kind of tease me a little bit, and I woke up and there was a cute little creature, and I followed it.
You gotta stop following cute creatures, Fearne.
I know. It didn't seem like it was.
How about we
bad or
compromise with just take a buddy?
Yeah.
Yeah. There's no
I
reason to
didn't want to
stop.
wake anybody up because everybody was so tired. It was dumb. I understand.
Bring a friend.
But I'll bring a friend next time. I feel like shit.
Do you have something from your dad's?
Terrible.
Do you have like jewelry or a piece of armor or something from his, like a heirloom or?
We shook off the people at the bottom of the Malleus Key. So, how was he able to come right to you? And we gotta tell the Tempest because this place is compromised.
Yeah.
I mean, is it just me? Like, because I'm his kid?
I mean, maybe they know where this encampment is, and maybe they sent a little. What kind of creature was it?
It was a sugar glider.
Whatever that is.
Really cute. What was I supposed to do?
As a note too, like this fortress isn't hidden. You know, it's an encampment that's built to defend itself, and the position where it is
Still
defensible. But it's defensible, but it's not cloaked or hidden.
Right. I mean, it would have been a little rodent was able to get in.
Yeah.
You know?
Just run around. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, he was flying over the city, being like, "Callaway!" when we
But
were on the moon.
our impression of this place where they've gathered, they're not broadcasting their presence here, right? Like, yes, people might know that this fortress or whatever it is here, but they're not like making a big to-do about being here, or are they?
Not at the moment, but you do know that many soldiers currently are encamped here and more are on the way. Some sky ships do come, as well as other that are magically transported. You know, it is a slow building of forces, both to play defense to these various fortresses around the Malleus Key, and to mount an eventual offense once the information that you've gained can be consolidated with the various captains to decide on a plan.
Okay.
You definitely tried to murder him on Rudis, so.
But he let you live.
He did.
Well, he spoke a lot of honeyed words. He wants to recruit her. And it sounds like from the way he was talking that he could give a fuck about Ludinus or any of the others.
Well, he never got along with Odahan.
He's making a play for himself. He
Yeah.
wants to use it for
My mom says she's not with Ludinus. Your dad says he's not with Ludinus. Every man out for themselves.
Well, you know, I'm a deep believer in judging somebody by the company they keep, so.
Exactly.
It's also not a bad thing. The more fractured they are.
The weaker they are.
Yeah. Good point.
One more time. What's a Ludinus?
We gotta fill you in.
Sorry, Dorian.
We'll fill in Dorian as we head back towards the tent to try and get
Yes, sir.
these
We'll
two
fill you in,
some
Robbie,
sleep.
on the break.
Yeah.
First the
Oh, I know. I'm RPing, Laura.
As the two who are worse for wear from the recent encounter finish off the rest of their evening's rest, the rest of you take the time in the early morning to fill Dorian in with some of the more complicated details of the Ruby Vanguard, Ludinus Deleth, what has transpired and what is to come. As the sunrise and the early morning warmth begins to take the Hellcatch Valley, we're going to take a break.
Did he say the hollowed gate or hollowed cage?
The hallowed cage.
Hallowed?
Hallowed
Not
cage.
hollow. Hallowed.
Hallowed cage.
Hello?
Or I'm totally passed out in the goat leg crook.
I think that's.
You did.
After all
Oh,
that.
yes, of
Like the
course.
Titian site is the overall site where the Malleus key
I
is,
think
right?
when you wake up, you'll be 3 down.
So it's like
3
the
down?
name of this like crater
Damn.
That's separate from where we're He flew that
Well,
We're kind
there
of-
were so many bad
No,
moves.
no,
far-
There
far
was
west
so much
of the-
shit I
the Titians.
forgot. Just think about it, if you hadn't knocked out those
Got it.
two,
That would have
who
been it.
knows what.
And fire damage every time they hit you, and also
I don't wanna
they
forget-
fucking jumped you in the
Mr.
alley.
I forgot that there was a lot to keep track of.
You were
My bad.
one death save away, silly goose. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was, it couldn't have gone any better.
If she would have done.
Well, I can't know. We can't know.
Go to break!
Okay.
These are good conversations for after the episode.
Yeah.
See y'all here in a few minutes.
Hello critters, my name is Sam,
And I'm Kay.
and we are the owners of Roll and Play Press.
We've recently released One Shot Wonders, which has over 100 one-shot adventures for D&D. It's been hugely popular with game masters all over the world, with thousands using it in their games.
Yes, and now we are crowdfunding for the Map Library, which is a huge box set of battle maps for all of the adventures in One Shot Wonders. So let's dive in and see what's inside.
The Map Library is the ultimate collection of battle maps for fantasy RPGs, with digital versions also included with the box set. This case of over 60 maps folds open into a freestanding pocket, so you can easily flick through and choose the map you need for your game. Every battle map in the Map Library has a 1-inch grid and is dry erasable, so you can easily mark down traps, hazards, and spell effects. Each stunning map is inspired by an adventure in One Shot Wonders, which means you have a D&D session ready to play for every map in the box. If you don't have a copy of One Shot Wonders, you can pick up one as part of the Kickstarter campaign. The book has over 100 D&D adventures that come with locations, characters, session plans, and more, so you can prep your next game in minutes. The index inside the Map Library makes it even easier to find the best map for your game.
Head to rollandplaypress.com/library.
Do you pledge today?
Thank you.
I stayed in a hotel off of Flesh. What was it? It was like Flesh Market clothes, and I was like,
my God.
They made what I believe is the red light district of this place so fun and old-timey.
Flesh Market clothes.
And you're like, oh, Flesh Market. Oh.
Hello, I'm looking for something in the Flesh Market.
Pussy.
My kind of fantasy. I like it when girls are being.
Oh, she's gonna put a ring pop in your ass?
It's got a flared base.
Best hobby horse ever!
That's what you do to the people you love. You lie to them.
Fuck you, Sam.
Fuck you, Sam.
Hey critters, Laura Bailey here to guide you through what's new in the Critical Role shop. Style should never be a dumpster, darling.
I mean, the traveler always says impulse purchases are a good decision.
Oh, so comfy cozy.
Could anything be more perfect?
Roll an investigation if you want. It's basically perfect. This is seriously magical. This is a lot of stuff, you guys. We have like so many cool things right now. Look at this. Isn't it fashion? So much fashion happening here.
And hey, if you want, you could head over to the Critical Role shop right now.
An ancient threat stirs beyond the edge of what is known. Candela calls upon the Crimson Mirror to delve into long-buried machinations from Oldfair's sordid past. A long-forgotten power crawling towards its destined ascendancy. Our investigators must plunge into the void, with only each other to light the way. As to what they will face beyond the darkness that lies beneath, not even Candela knows. We must hold our light to the darkness when there is nothing left but despair, and all hope is lost. The Circle of the Crimson Mirror, assignment number 4822, Into the Abyss. Delve into a new tabletop role-playing game of investigative horror with the Candela Obscura core rulebook using the Illuminated World system by Darrington Press. Roam the turn-of-the-century-inspired setting of the Fairlands, including the bustling city of New Fair and the ancient ruins of Old Fair below. Assemble a circle of investigators within the Paranormal Secret Society of Candela Obscura. You'll analyze strange and horrifying events, fight back against dangerous phenomena, and contain the bleed that spreads from corruptive magic. Choose from 10 custom character sheets to empower your investigations and explorations. Use tactical intuition and brawn with the soldier specialty. Use your charm with finesse and flair as the magician specialty, or study and practice mystical arts as an occultist. Explore districts of New Fair,
competing organizations, 4 full assignments, and dozens of example assignments to inspire you. If you choose to brave the role of Game Master, this guide contains everything needed to pave the way for your Candela Obscura investigators. Offered in both a standard edition as well as an ornate limited edition for collectors, the Candela Obscura core rulebook contains 204 art-filled pages, including maps, items, immersive notes, mysteries, and plenty more to power your very own story. Keep this tome close, for the knowledge obtained may be the key to protecting you, your allies, and the Fairlands.
Nondescript regular bocular horse strolls innocuously, circling around a corporate drive lined here and there with flowers with flowing Locksley banners and light bulbs, of course, and it passes around the elegant Locksley Finance Tower.
Inside the horse carriage compartment, Hieronymus pulls down a shade over his window.
All right, I've got 15 minutes. What do you need to talk about so urgently?
In the passenger seat across from him, Saskia pulls her window shade down. She looks like a cool dame from a detective movie.
Honey, kids, I'm home!
Welcome home, dear.
Thank you.
And you know what night it is?
It's Thursday night!
This summer, get the membership the entire family can enjoy. Your one-stop shop for the world of Critical Role. Including a 10% discount in all our shops. Live event pre-sales, a private Discord, and instant access to all podcasts and VODs for all your favorite shows.
Hurry up, Mom! Critical Role is about to start!
With Beacon, all your dreams can become a reality. Beacon will introduce you to what has been and what could be.
Is Sam turning into a sunflower?
No, son. Sam has always been a sunflower.
Is Sam my father?
No, I'm your father.
Beacon will bring you to the edges of the
cosmic threshold. No mortal mind can be hidden.
Oh, the new episode of Candela just dropped.
Oh, spooky.
Bacon. Endless stories, endless possibilities.
Welcome back.
Oh, wow, we're going with it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
yeah. So, most of you now catching up to the others with an evening's rest. The late morning introduces you to a relatively hot midday here in the Hellcatch. The open blue sky with the occasional distant white-plumed cloud in the distance, still kind of overshadowed by the ever-present glowing beam and red moon. But the fortress is still a bit abuzz from the events of this morning. Been long bouts of quiet with short skirmishes with whether it be exterior guardians or testing scouts from the Vanguard's positioning. But the sight of that beast has definitely set everyone on edge. But you are awake, and the day is yours. What would you like to do?
I did want to grab the, what's left of the mirror before. Is that something that we can
Before you head back?
retroactively?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
You say you grabbed the remnants of the shattered mirror, and it is like about this large here in its hand size. Kind of a cool twisted kind of spiraling dark iron metal sort of exterior.
And just the frame or like pieces of the mirror too?
I think just anything that's left.
Okay.
Handful, shattered pieces.
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but it does not feel safe here. I know it's protected and there are battlements and everything else, but we got to get off the X. Not just because of Fearne. I mean, we stirred up a hornet's nest up there. They're going to come looking for us.
I think we're more of a liability to these people, more than anything.
I think we are the X. I think that, I don't know. I don't think there's anywhere to go anymore. I think that running, I don't know. Running seems silly at this point.
Well, we could get further away than 100 feet from the Malleus Key.
Yeah, we're a little close.
I think we fill everyone in on what's happening and what we found.
Yeah, and
We find out from Everoa more about the plans. She mentioned Aor, right? That's where Ludinus is right now.
That's right.
Yes.
Yeah,
We have to tell everyone.
And I want to get a better sense of what everyone here, the Tempest, all of them intend to do next, so maybe we can call a meeting.
Yeah.
Bring Avaroa, bring everyone, and swap info.
You do it now.
Yeah. Do we feel like there's any merit while we're still on this side of the globe to visiting, like, Imahara Joe regarding FCG, or is that...
The fragments that we also got from when we were up on the moon.
yeah.
I would much rather be going somewhere than running from somewhere.
Isn't Joe here?
Where he's up in Bassaris. Oh, wait, actually.
I think he's here, right?
Station?
Or was Joe here, or was he with the Ashari?
You're uncertain where he is at the moment.
But he had been with Keyleth.
Keyleth had
Oh,
been
we
up
left him in
in
Whitestone.
I don't know, I feel distracted.
Keyleth first.
Yeah.
Okay. You gather your things for the day, and it doesn't take long for you to notice that the energy is a little lifted. There is presence and purpose to some of the more elite guard within this space, and the central kind of war tent where you were first introduced to some of the Exandrian Accord here. You can see the security detail around it is a bit thick. It gives the sense that there at least is some sort of important figures meeting. And if you approach around this time, you can see partway in through the central open tent that there are figures having a discussion, and you can hear the voice of the Tempest, just kind of beyond the edge of the material itself, as well as a few other hushed voices. As you approach the guard, they kind of take note, and one of them steps forward. There is a meeting, but how is it important to speak to the council?
Very.
It is if you could tell the Tempest that her savior blade and his circle are here.
Very well. He steps inside behind the cloak. It's a brief little whisper. Returns. You may enter. Pulls aside and you enter within, and you can see the kind of central pillar of the tent has been pulled open, so a lot of the sunlight comes in and kind of fills the space with a warm light amongst the other kind of hanging chandeliers that are affixed on the various chains and cables that sit within the center, kind of keeping the area well lit regardless of the shading. You can see the large table itself is spread out, and present indeed is Keyleth, the voice of the Tempest. You also see Topher Batoris and Key Mendozi. The Earthbreaker Groom is not present, or any other figures. There's just these three currently having a conversation. As you step inside, you see Keyleth turns and smiles and nods, but you can see the kind of the lines under her eyes. She looks like she probably hasn't slept in a bit, and there is a bit of a lean to her body against the table.
Does she still look like she's recovering from her wounds?
Best you can tell? Make an insight or medicine check, actually.
Okay. They're the same.
Are they?
They aren't. 13.
13. You don't see any visible wounds, and the way she's leaning doesn't appear to be that she's at a dearth of strength, more that she just looks a little tired and just kind of bracing the edge of the table. But you're welcome to inquire further in. As you all approach,
I can't remember. Is Avaroa rolling with us, or I don't remember.
Are you bringing Avaroa with you?
Avaroa went off with Keyleth.
Yeah.
Okay.
The previous night, so.
But she should be here.
Unless Avaroa's already filled.
Somewhere around.
Or nearby.
Avaroa is not currently in this tent, but can be retrieved if you want to ask.
Okay.
Do you wish to have Avaroa retrieved?
No, I just couldn't remember if she was with us or if we had handed her off to Keyleth.
Understood. Yeah, you handed her off to Keyleth before you went to bed the night before. Okay. But as you approach, Keyleth straightens up a bit. Good morning, you all. I'm happy to see that you're recovering from your journey.
Had a little action last night.
So I heard there was a perimeter incursion.
Yeah. How much do you know other than the creature that was in the sky? Do you know the individual?
I understand that is the Sorrow Lord, an alliance between Seminar and the Unseelie has indeed been confirmed.
In Fearne's head. Are you going to tell him?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're uncertain as to the reasoning why, other than maybe just perimeter scouting, but nevertheless, the Unseelie are, by nature, mercurial and layered in their plots. The fact that it was so overt gives me pause.
Mercurial is a good word.
That is, my dad.
Your father?
Yes.
It's a recent discovery.
I didn't know this.
Topher leans in a little bit. You've neglected to let us know that your father is one of the higher members of the Ruby Vanguard.
It's a recent discovery.
Yes,
You didn't ask.
Yeah.
Kayla kind of puts her hand up. And how familiar are you with this figure?
Not at all. That was actually the first time we talked, which was in the wee hours of this morning. I did know that he was...
You spoke with... You're why he was here.
Yes.
Okay.
But you know, he said a lot of things that I think,
He tried to murder her last night.
Yeah, in so many ways. He was testing me, but he was saying many things, like something to do with a hallowed cage. I don't know if any of this is ringing a bell.
They'll kind of look at each other. Gives a nod over to the orc and sorcerer, Key, who immediately kind of looks over, starts jotting notes down.
Possibly, that I maybe, I guess, would be a vessel for something.
Do y'all know about the vessels? So what they're planning, they want to wake up Predathos, right? And what we've gathered is that they want to channel that divinity into some of the more exalted of the Ruidusborn. And
they have alluded to trying to find the right potential person to be the vessel for Predathos.
currently, I believe it's my mother. Although I don't know if I don't know what's... She may be a spy now for us. Kinda.
Sylvia's undecided.
Yeah.
It's a lot of info.
Parents are the best.
Loyalty seems very thin amongst most of the upper echelon people that we've met. They all seem to talk about betraying one another as soon as possible.
There's also a renewed sense of urgency. Seems like their timetables have all moved up.
Mm-hmm.
We encountered the 5 Mayans while we were on the moon. We've seen division among their ranks. The brazen attack last night, this morning, whatever you want to call it. There was no fear. He just came for her. And then let her live, like with a test. I don't think we have as much time as we think we do.
They were all
Lord also.
preparing. Yes. Busy little bees on the moon. They were word through the streets about preparing for an oncoming attack. Now, I do think we might have bought ourselves a little bit of time. The reason why we had to leave, make haste from the moon so quickly, is because half of our group was part of a plan that was a massive detonation. Big explosion to maybe collapse some of their infrastructure.
Yeah.
And then the other half of us went and did a little infiltration mission to get back Everoa. So we might have slowed them down by just a tick, but it's hard to say.
There was a lot of explosion.
Did you have time to speak with Everoa?
We have spoken with the
Bormodo.
The entity was apparently offensive. The Bormodo, known as Everoa, they have been very forthcoming in helping us and teaching us a bit of their experience and culture and this volition that you did business with as well. We are eager to make contact with them as part of the eventual siege of Ruidus. If we can establish a means of communication and plot as one, that will give us a grand advantage. We are in the process of gathering many of our esteemed allies. Numerous champions have been gathering across Exandria to the various divine, and I think we have a shot.
What's the plan?
Well, that is going to require us to take some of the information that you found and see how many of our friends are not caught up in the rest of the mounting chaos around Exandria. Keyleth kind of leans forward a bit. Indeed, the Vanguard sympathizers continue to be a growing force across the various cultures. There are rising demagogues using Ludinus's cycling illusory speeches as a means to grow support for his endeavor, or at least mistrust of what we're trying to do. We're seeing protests, we're seeing riots. There are a number of political forces that have sent aid to our plight here, but we are still challenged to gather all of our resources as the numerous magical bindings that were undone in the wake of the solstice have let loose a countless number of dark magics and long-forgotten evils that have been wantonly tearing through each and every countryside. Inevitably another part of Ludinus's plan to distract and divide us. So, knowing this, I'm to go ahead and continue, as I have been. You can see as she rubs her eyes a bit, to see who I can pull together, see who I can trust to come at our aid at this time, see who I can convince to come out of retirement, see who I can convince to maybe step in for one final hurrah.
You have my bow.
And my
Wrong movie.
Wrong.
One does not suit
This is a plot that is beyond us, beyond you. I will beseech the leaders that have themselves joined the Accord. We will begin to put our heads together to the best way to exhibit our strengths, especially if what you say is true, and we do not have as much time. Now, this Everoa had spoken of Ludinus having dealings in Isocross.
Did we bring back did we already show you the,
No.
what we brought?
I have it.
And I'll start to open the bag of holding and pull out a section of the machinery that we took.
And they all kind of inspect it closely, and Keyleth nods, and you can see that the Myth-Taker Key kind of looking very curiously across it. No, this is very Quite a majestic design. More than I've ever quite myself. Well, I would love to think one day I could be as good a crafter of enchantments than what this is that you present before me, but this is damaged as it is, magnificent.
Advanced?
Definitely Arcanum. Era. Definitely.
Ancient.
You see Keyleth kind of lean back a bit into her mantle. Do we think we know where Ludinus is?
According to Everoa, she said he's been researching and trying to gather things from Aor.
And do you believe he might possibly still be there?
Yes. It seems to be a place of focus for them. There were numerous pieces of machinery like this.
Then perhaps time is indeed of the essence.
Even with this Malleus key, pretty sure it was tech from that era.
Mm-hmm.
And it seems like it might be imperative to their plan of awakening Predathos.
Topher kind of puts both elbows on the table and leans forward, kind of scrunching their central dragonborn eyebrow. It was discussed with the Ruidian Bormoda that they have encountered numerous challenges in their plot, and perhaps if this tech is what they're reliant on, they are seeking an answer within it as well. I do not know much at all about this Aor. Keyleth goes, I know of a few that have done some research there. Let me reach out and see if there's... Just a moment. And she reaches into her cloak, and you see she pulls out a particular stone and kind of steps away from the table for a bit. A little bit, kind of quietly off to the side. Steps back from the shadows. Well, the individual that I know who has some personal experience with Eiselcross and the ruins of Aor is in the midst of an important mission that they have yet to complete. But they said they can send another individual, an archivist of some kind, they said to look for, who has also researched these ruins. Said it shouldn't be too long. Perhaps gather your things. Maybe they can help take you to a place where this information might be more readily available in the middle of this godforsaken desert.
You think you're gonna send us after them?
To find information, hopefully. If not you, I'll find somebody else for the task. But if Ludinus is still there, Ludinus needs to be stopped if possible. At the very least, what he's after be destroyed before he can make use of it.
Boy, I feel we're really close to all this.
The more time we can claw from their plot, the better chances we have of success. They've had the upper hand this entire time. They sprung this long, deeply spun plot on us with very little knowledge on our part, and as such, we've been desperately trying to catch up. And with every step we take, they're 14 ahead. Now, with what you've done, a number of our other allies of the Accord have been able to accomplish in this past week. We've been able to reclaim some of that distance, but it's not enough. I would not ask you so closely after a dangerous mission to partake in another.
Why stop now? We're just getting started.
We're pretty invested.
Yeah.
You, Dorian?
Oh. Perhaps I am not as familiar with the trees, but I have seen the forest, and things are not good out there. If you're relying on the help of the gods and champions, I can't say that I trust them anymore. If you're looking to do something of this magnitude, it's going to take people. And, there are no people I would rather be with, so... Yes.
Me and a few allies have some ideas, but we need to set the stage for it. Believe it or not, I am one of the few who have actually met the gods of Exandria myself in person. They are a awe-inspiring and deeply complicated array. But we need to see what we can do to ensure that they are aligned with us. You only have one shot at this. So that's part of my responsibility. If you wish to step up to this one, it'll have to be quick. It'll have to be soon. So, she looks at the rest of the current council there. Topher kind of sits up, arms crossed. I'll be honest. I wasn't sure what to think of you when you first arrived. But it wouldn't be the first time a series of scrappy fuck-ups have left me with more respect than I anticipated. So, go for
Come
it.
too far and lost too much to give up now.
So are you wanting us to go to Aor? Is that what they're saying?
That's what they're saying, Laudna.
And if hypothetically we encounter Ludinus,
Stop him. Slow him. Squeeze what information you can out of him and keep safe. Do not do anything that you'll regret. Do not do anything to put yourself in more danger than is necessary. And do not let him take either of you.
Yeah.
In an odd way, I think the two of you are the safest of his wrath right now. The rest of you less safe, so.
With all due respect, fuck you guys. It's incredible to me that you would send, to use your words, a group of fuck-ups and send us to the moon, no backup. We see things that none of you have ever seen. Encountered the Five Minds, seen Prodathos, blue glass, species that have never been seen on Exandria. And then we're going to go after Ludinus to some city named Aor by ourselves. And it's stop him, good luck, but don't risk too much. I'll say this much. Whoever you're talking to, whoever the decision makers are, that should come through us. We've paid in blood and bone and metal. And we have more answers than it seems you do down here. You should check in with all of us. We're the keepers of knowledge, not you. It's not the other way around.
There's a pause at the table before Topher kind of leans forward. The scaled muscles flexing beneath the armor.
We appreciate what you have done, but so many others are out there fighting their own fights. You haven't seen with your own eyes the terrifying release of Kaforda, as it has devoured half of the Turst fields and the people within. You haven't seen the various towers that have fallen in the wake of these magical shackles released ancient shadows, devouring children and women alike. Everyone is fighting individual fights. We have only asked of you what you seem to be best suited for and tied to. And at no point have we forced you to do that. Keyleth leans in. He's not wrong. He's not wrong, Topher. And perhaps I should be a little more clear. And I do apologize. Being in a position of leadership for as long as I've been, and having to have made many hard decisions in my time with little time to consider, could sometimes make you feel a little hard. You're not wrong. And I'm sorry.
I appreciate the apology. Sometimes it's important to see how someone reacts to a push. I also want to know how expendable we are to you. And I can see the heart behind your words. So, not so hard after all.
She smiles.
To Jenny's point, the last time that we encountered Ludinus, he threw an airship at us.
To be fair, we threw it first.
And then he
Yeah.
parried
We
it.
lost a companion fighting one of his henchmen. We certainly aren't in any place to be fighting Ludinus himself.
We almost lost Fearne. He almost sucked her away, and then he fell into a pit of lava, and turns out it was just Ludinus but snow.
You're right.
It was just a snow Ludinus. And we almost died.
And all these things that you're saying are the type of challenges that are being asked of every single person on Exandria. Lest we just step aside and let them do what they wish. You don't have to do any of this.
I'm here for it.
We're all here for it.
You could walk away any moment and none of us would blame you.
No, you don't understand. Listen, I came off hard because, again, I wanted to see what your reaction would be. We would be lobbying you for this opportunity. We have a score to settle. We've lost people. We're incentivized. But it's always good to know where the leverage is. It's very easy to become the lowest common denominator very quickly.
Especially after seeing that he's prepared for armies, he's prepared for gods, he is not prepared for people. Every setback hasn't been armies, hasn't been gods, it's just been some group of fuck-ups somewhere.
We're actually exactly what you need. I will admit, though, if you got a box of tricks or toys or magic items that could change the way we look or give us any sort of assistance or help with being sneaky, for these loud motherfuckers, I'm sure they'd take it. Because me, I'm like a fart in the wind. You don't know where I'm going to come from, but they need some help.
Yep, we can smell you coming.
Topher, who has, up to this point, kept a very hard-lined and somewhat aggressive presence, can't help but laugh under their breath a bit before clearing their throat. Keyleth kind of nods. Many relics and powerful artifacts have been in the hands of those trying to quell these uprisings, these unforeseen dangers, some of which have been dealt with, many that are still being done with. But the hope is, as we gather our forces, we also gather our resources. And we do have some. So, as I continue to make my treks, as I continue to reach out and solidify the circle of friends that we can call to the front lines with us when the time comes, I'm sure many of them will bring a few gifts they could share.
Imogen, can you put a image in someone's head? Could you show them what the 5 minds looked like?
I could certainly try.
I can do a minor illusion.
That might be better.
You create the kind of floating illusion of the 5 extremely deadly psychic entities that are the hive mind themselves, floating. Their dangling thin limbs no longer really needed for the sheer force of their mental fortitude and capabilities.
Pretend you're seeing this just in your brain.
Don't act like you're not impressed. The reason I bring it up is the artillery is great. The firepower has its place. But the psychic level...
Oh, yeah.
If there's wards or protections or any... whatever it is you do, that's where you should beef up.
I make them do like the Thriller dance, though, while I'm throwing it.
Well, as we begin to plot this out, there are a number of pillars of this, the forces of Ruidus. This Imperium has multiple different points of capability and strength. Looking about the rest of the room, we've discussed the best way to handle this as a simultaneous assault. To tackle one gives the others time to prepare and respond. Plus, distraction, as we've seen, allows those of less noticeable presence to get to the more sensitive areas.
Hey, it's a method we tried and tested and
seen it work.
Yeah.
I have a link.
Well, hopefully, when next we speak, 1, I'll have slept some more, and 2, I'll have more exciting things to show you. Some more exciting friends for you to meet. And a plan for us all to eventually bring this to an end.
How much time do you think we have? How long are we going to be on standby while you figure out next moves?
I wish I could tell you.
Days?
Week or more?
Before we go to Aor, or a week or more to be
A week
in
or
Aor?
more until we begin to really understand how many forces we have at our disposal.
All right.
There are troops in transit. Some magically transported here quickly. There are some that equipment and all take sky ships. There are some that prefer to take the ocean and may not even arrive here in time. Magic has its limits. But there are a number of heroes and soldiers and bounty hunters and powerful guardians of the temple. There are many proven heroes from all across Exandria. Some that have stepped into the shadows having nothing to do with this, but many who have sworn themselves to this cause.
This could be over in a week.
It could be.
We have to go to Aor now.
It's about this time there's a bit of commotion outside, and the kind of tent door opens. The guard on the outside goes, members of the Accord, there is an arrival here. It says they were sent by a widow guest. And the door opens, and you see a figure step in, a human figure. Looks like male human in his 40s, shaggy blonde gray hair, like a chin strap beard, deep set green eyes, kind of wearing bundled, slightly too big travel robes and a shoulder pack. Who steps in? I'm sorry to bother all of you. My name is Seth Domade. I am an archivist of the Cobalt Soul. I was sent by a friend to help. I stepped into something maybe a bit intense. I can wait outside.
Like,
Oh, no, come on, wait.
What was your, Seth, what?
Seth Domade.
Can I just ever so? No, fine.
Okay.
I don't need to do that.
You have knowledge of Aor?
Yes, it has been of particular interest to me and two other archivists over the past decade or so, since the ruins have been in conflict between the Dwendalian Empire and the Kryn dynasty. A number of artifacts and various rumors have been swirling about, and for a brief time it was available for research.
Have you been there before?
I have been. It has been a number of years since the Cerberus Assembly took complete control of the site, but I do know a bit.
So they have control now?
They do, and have had for a few years.
Do you know of a way to get in to avoid them?
I have not been there in some time, and I have not seen all of the ruins, only but a bit of it. But with enough care and foresight, I think we can probably get to some places safely. What are we doing? I don't know what exactly...
Oh,
Keyleth kind of goes, thank you very much, Archivist Domade. Indeed, I appreciate you coming on such short notice. These are Bell's Hells. They are powerful, strong-hearted, and to be deeply respected champions of the Exandrian Accord.
Bingo.
Ah. Very well. Pleasure to meet each and every one of you. And they have just returned from Ruidus after a very successful infiltration and a series of espionage and sabotage missions upon the enemy and the Vanguard. Well, I'm very curious to hear what is on the moon, and, well, so what do you need from me?
Your knowledge.
Yeah, we probably need to know how to get to this place.
What to
and
expect when we're there.
Where to start looking.
What to bring with us.
Well, so there seems to be a lot of gadgets like this on the moon. And I point to the thingy.
If you know anything about Ludinus, obviously, that'd be good to know.
I know of him. He is the highest archmage of the Cerberus Assembly. And as of late, the Assembly has abandoned the Empire, more or less. It seems that him and a number of members have, how do you say, withdrawn?
Do you know what they've done with the furniture at the... Sir, a lot of it's mine.
You did the furniture?
Yeah. It's okay.
I'm not familiar with such furniture.
I'm sure the Selbyns make a good use of it.
Oh, yeah.
Of course. He kind of like pulls out a pair of glasses and kind of puts them on.
I'm sorry, Chet. I'm sorry.
This is what breaks Chet.
Used.
If the Cerberus Assembly is challenging to trust, given that many of them are believed to be aligned with the Ruby Vanguard and Ludinus, or secretly aiding its business, that definitely challenges the options of who we can speak to that might know more about what they are doing there and where he might be within. That being said, I believe there is one member, at the very least, that might be available for interrogation, if not taken for part of their word. If we are to find this individual, I will need your help in both encircling and holding this individual present and pliable. And you see this kind of weirdly awkward figure get a little dark in the moment. That catches you off guard. Just their glasses.
Who would this... First of all, how many members of the Cerberus Assembly are there, these archmages?
There are 8 of them.
8. And who would this individual be?
Best I tell you along the way.
Right.
Oh. Before we forget, we brought souvenirs, and I start rummaging through the bag, and I get out the big globe This
Oh
half
yeah,
globe
so we got this globe
of the moon.
This is what they
That's
think
a
Prodathos
diorama.
looks. All these crystals coming out. That's what they think Prodathos.
Oh.
Yeah, so you see how there's this like these like columns, and there's this like blue core. That's Prodathos.
That's mildly terrifying.
The
actually.
glass
That's-
is what his body was. What?
That's big.
Yeah.
That is big.
If you touch
Fair-
it,
fair
it's tingly. The glass. It's tingly.
Not that. Yeah. I
Not
mean,
this.
yeah.
And yeah, no. Ah.
You can see Key is like writing all this down feverishly, but then he's still distracted at the globe. So you're saying Prodathos is very large?
Very large.
Fantastic. So right now, I see like a little sweat on the brow.
Or was.
And they're talking about somehow Prodathos going into a vessel.
Right.
Right.
Your size or your size.
Multiple vessels, but
So-
we're not exactly sure.
Right. A lot of language got thrown around. You still want to come with us?
I'm thinking about it. Of course.
Also, I got all these look at all these little ooey gooey, little fetuses in jars.
Everyone like takes a step back from the central table.
I forgot about those.
Yeah. They're like totally fucking with some like experimentation.
Bioengineering.
Bioengineering.
How delightful.
Look.
Okay,
Look
that's
at
a little
Gary's
inappropriate.
bruise.
I'm just gonna
You're
use
gonna get bruised.
telekinetic mage hand
Don't
and
bruise.
float them over to the table slowly.
You set it down, and one of them twitches in the jar.
Oh no.
You've made it mad.
But this seems like they're making like super Rylorans.
Terrifying. Okay. Well, thank you. We'll get this to our present researchers and see how we can possibly extract information that can aid us ahead. She like takes her staff and like pushes it a little further away on the table. Very well. Domade, if you would allow them to gather their things and I guess be their escort to the level in which you are comfortable.
Where are we off to now? Not Aor right now. We're going to find this assembly member.
Yes, I believe I know where one might be. And the less that we speak of it, the less chance there is of them somehow knowing. House, I know we sit in a comfortable space here. I am uncertain as to what ears may be about.
Fair.
Oh, all right.
Just the glasses again.
What?
Now this is Larkin, right?
This is for sure. This is
100%.
Yes.
Got it.
9 years later.
Catching on.
First to the table.
What's the mode of transport? Or are we talking about that somewhere else as well?
Oh, I'm the mode of transport.
Oh, we're doing it that way, are we?
Oh, you got the magic jumps?
Yes, I am an accomplished sorcerer and have used my skills to be helpful to the Cobalt Soul in our research.
Wow, stop shouting.
What?
It's a figure of speech.
Never listen
Don't
to anything
worry,
he says
you're
unless
not.
he's really angry.
He's a very sassy old man.
I think this will be a fun journey together.
Oh, I look at Keyleth. Where's Imaharajo? Did he come with you?
No, he's currently resting in Whitestone and is in the process of to help us cobble together some of our various magical and alchemical materials to give us some edges in the battlefield.
You should know about FCG.
Would you like me to tell him? Or would you like to tell him?
I prefer us, but I trust her.
It's up to you. If you prefer us.
He'll likely be returning with me after I do my next pass of...
We'll see him soon. It might be better. It was going to be a while, but we'll see him soon.
I'll let you tell him.
I know that we wanted to refresh our supplies and maybe get re-outfitted. Will there be time for that before we head to wherever it is we're going? Or is it something we could do there?
Good question. Archivist Amade, where are you intending to take them before heading towards Islecross? Well, should my information be correct, we will be making a brief stop in Zadash, which is in the Dwendalian Empire. There should be a number of places to resupply.
That's a pretty big city, if I remember right.
It is of sizable expansion, that is true. There are a number of districts there that could be of your disposal. So.
That'll be fine.
That'll do.
That'll do.
Do we have enough cash to buy
We're gonna need some money.
What is
potions and
Tough of us.
to re-up?
Daddy's got you.
We can reach into the war chest. Do not worry.
We'll take a war chest.
How much do you need?
How much you got?
We have a lot, but we have many directions to put these resources.
10,000 gold pieces?
To Aor to trail the head of the dragon, so.
500 gold more than what you feel comfortable with would be great.
You see, Myth Taker, he goes, look, I do not mean to barge into here, but just give a number.
10,000 gold pieces.
10,000 gold pieces? What's Topher? Done. Points to one of the nearby guards. Fetch by themselves 10,000 gold pieces. And they immediately shove off.
I know, God, we should have.
Oh, I love it when you're a monster. That was great.
So is the energy that we're going now?
I guess,
Is
yeah,
that-
I guess.
Oh,
that's the
okay.
energy
And
to
a
go.
minute
To gather our things.
Dorian's gonna scamper outside really quick, and like unbeknownst, it's really fast. He's gonna hit up these 3 little like single man tents where there's like an armor, and he's just like frantically grabbing.
Oh, I'll
shit.
help you. I'll help you with that shit.
Okay, thank you. And it's like it's very clumsy.
Well, I've got a giant hole, so I'm gonna.
You've got a hole?
I'm gonna open up the magic hole.
Say that again.
It's like a. You heard me. I've got a magic hole.
He watches Ashton.
giant hole.
Ashton takes what looks like a rolled up rug, like a dark rug, and rolls it out across the ground. And as soon as it rolls out flat, the ground just becomes like a 10-foot deep.
Just toss it in. We'll
10-foot
figure it out
across hole in
later.
the ground.
What is in that hole right now?
We cleaned it.
We
No,
haven't cleaned
a
it.
terrible stench begins to emerge from the inside of this pit.
There's a lot.
Thank you. These were special order. Are you?
No, don't put it in with the decomposing bodies.
Oh, fine, we'll clean it
Are you
later.
turned off by our deep dark hole?
It's
We
not my
should-
favorite.
Can we at least get all the dead bodies
I
out
would
of
love
it?
to do that if
You
we
know what?
have a
I'll
second.
just
keep
hold it. I'll
moving
just
around.
hold it.
We had 5 seconds to clear the dead bodies out of
This
this.
is
I
a bag
know.
of
Actually,
holding.
I would love-
It's
we've had a
far,
bunch of-
far more.
Dead rudest
It actually has a nice lavender scent that comes out of it.
So many sacks and
chunks
holes.
of off-planet people in here. We should probably unload right now.
We do.
Yeah,
Hey,
let's just
Topher! Topher, look! As we start throwing
Grab me some butter,
alien
some
body
soap.
parts out of the
Just
hole.
you see
I'm gonna
Topher
write down
emerge
little-
from the
Just
tent.
run around, force them to give you all that shit. It's cheap.
Got it.
What do you need for?
Scampering.
Dear God, what is this?
Clothing shit.
Remnants of our mission.
You got magic to clean up and disinfect and
A little bit of wet work.
white
was done.
memory. Yeah.
Other guards start looking, getting
God,
close
do I
to
need to
look, and
pull
like,
out the list?
I know it's
And
not
Topher's like-
pleasant.
we will take these for research.
Oh, don't pretend you've never smelled anything like that before.
We should actually keep like 1 or 2 limbs. They've come in handy.
That is true.
Right.
We will keep a limb or two.
We've got some.
Can you just
Juggernaut
wrap some of these
chunks.
bitches to go?
Do you want the head or the limb? We've got
Can I
some
come back with your stuff? Got it. Throw it straight into the hole.
I look like I care. Yeah, we've got a bunch of juggernaut pieces. I mean, yeah.
You gotta keep a calf.
If you're gonna keep a couple limbs, though, don't leave them in the hole, because that
Some
turns into
tusks.
soup. Put it into the bag of holding, because that's like a video game inventory, and everything gets sectioned
No,
off
it's
separately.
still decayed.
The bag of holding kept it fresh. The
Yeah,
bag
no,
of
no, no.
holding
Does
still
not.
sits.
It remembered
You're right. The
Remember
hole
the
is
dig.
like.
But it keeps items separate from each other.
Oh, that's true. It
So the
doesn't
troll
make
neck
everything.
didn't
Right?
infect
So,
everything else.
Right,
It
you're not
comes
gonna
out
get
as a-
gangrene on like a
This should
healing
mostly just be
potion.
for
That's
big
true.
things. Let's just keep this down for big.
While they're
body
while they're
odor.
fighting, I'm fidgeting with a little piece of copper in my pocket,
Okay.
and I just whisper to Keyleth, "Are you sure they're ready for this?"
She looks towards you.
What do you want to keep? Some forearms, some fingers?
From personal experience, weirdly, probably.
Give me a calf and a forearm, and we'll call it even.
I got him. Calf.
I'm very excited about this.
I'm keeping Caviar on my belt. Was that what I named him?
Yes.
So, yeah.
I think so. And this behemoth finger.
He kind of takes his glasses off to start cleaning them. He goes like, I will be entirely honest. This is a very interesting first impression. I will say I am excited to see how strange it gets.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Keyleth kind of steps. Oh my God. Keyleth approaches you, Fearne. Kind of puts her hand on your shoulder. How are you doing, Fearne?
How am I doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing as I've always been. Perpetually going. How are you holding up?
I'm okay. I'm okay. I'll be okay.
All right. You look exhausted.
Oh. Yes, I do.
Spell it out! Those are breadcrumbs. Those are loaves.
I am exhausted. I am so tired.
Wash your hair.
My spirit is exhausted. You look stretched across the ground, my dear.
Yes.
Do you need help?
I would take any help that you could give.
All right. And she kind of reaches into her side satchel. It's like kind of stitched to the edge of her armor and pulls out what looks like a handful of dust. And as she brings it up to her hand, you can see it kind of glimmer a bit. And she begins to place her hand on your shoulder and close her eyes. And as she does, the wind begins to pick up around you, like around your legs and around your waist. And as it picks up, the dust from her hand begins to be swirled through the dust itself and kind of create this weird kind of shining gossamer ribbon of some sort of a sparkly glitter-like material. As it kind of travels up, that cold rush causes you to shiver a bit, and then your body is filled with warmth. And you lose 2 points of exhaustion.
Oh, that's great. So what does that put you down to?
Back to stasis?
No.
Puts me down to 1.
And you're at 1.
I'm at 1. We're both at disadvantage on ability checks.
Great.
Wow.
As opposed to like 1 transformation away from death. Yeah, like you hit 6 and you just die.
Wow.
So I think actually,
She kind of shakes off her hand a bit, and you see like the few little remnants of sand. It looks like whatever's left has lost its luster, kind of falls free. Of course. I only wish I had more to offer at the moment, but where I'm off to, I have to keep a few resources at my disposal as well. But you seem to be better than you were a moment ago.
I'm much better. I'm much better.
And where are you off to?
I'm off to traverse the length and breadth of Exandria. I have a few friends to stop at, some acquaintances to speak to, and some challenged adversaries to request their assistance.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I'm but one of a number of diplomats on these missions, but I'm one of the fastest there is. And in some cases, the most underestimated.
Happy recruiting.
Thank you.
Nice to be underestimated. Means you can only impress people for the most part.
Indeed, and catch them off guard.
If you need help from the champion of Asmodeus, I have his number, so I could pass that along if need be.
Well, you see, like, Topher and Master Key's heads turn over. You see Domati kind of look over as well.
New information, new. It's all new information.
All new information.
Strange bedfellows and all that.
Need all the help you can get, you know?
No bad ideas.
No bad ideas.
No bad ideas.
Just throwing it out there.
Of course. And she like takes your hand a bit, and she pats your hand. She kind of looks at the symbol on your finger. I'll let you know. She takes her staff and kind of knocks on the ground a bit, and her mantle, the cloak, kind of spreads out behind her. The colored leaves, the ombre, kind of fade of them, kind of dragging behind.
Basic.
She like tightens one of the belts on her leather travel armor, and gives a nod. Good luck to you all, and wish me luck.
Get some sleep.
Once this is over, and she steps out of the tent into the light of day and treks off as the wind kind of gently carries after her.
Actually run off after her.
Okay.
And just sort of keeps pace for a minute.
Orm, a sight for extremely sore eyes you always are.
You know, I know they're not as familiar with the depth of your character as I am, but...
None of them.
Chetney's a good man. Real old, but he's a good man. And I can attest to every single one of their characters. They've proved it again and again. I mean, if Imogen or Fearne were going to go down a dark path, they would have done so by now. It's not gonna happen.
And she stops and turns to you and says, I know. She kneels down and looks you straight in the face. And I know that if they did, you'd know what to do.
But that's not gonna happen.
I trust.
My family. Bob, your family. And hopefully we'll see the sunrise again.
Yeah. And it seems we suddenly have an easier time communicating than we once did, so don't be afraid to reach out when you can.
Will do. Anyway, I know you have a tree to catch. I'll let you get to it.
Save your blade.
Tempest.
And she continues her stride towards the nearest tree.
Is that with those bounding leaps, like back to the...
With that, the currently present Accord members begin to scatter amongst their business. The Myth Taker takes up his book of notes, kind of gives you all a nod. Very well. Good luck. Adieu. And I do not believe we have met. What is your name?
Dorian Storm, humble bard.
Ah. They call me the Myth Taker.
The Myth Taker?
Myth Taker. Key Mendozi.
I couldn't place the accent. I'm sorry.
Magic practitioner extraordinaire.
Pardon my friends.
What's her name, right, Dorian?
The Myth Taker, lovely. It's powerful. Yes.
Taker of myths.
From Spain.
Just call me Key.
First name basis.
Well, it's easier when they don't make fun of my first title.
I wasn't making fun. All right. Sorry.
Damn, Myth Taker.
Forgiven. Yeah.
I like him.
I don't hold grudges, really. Not normally. Normally.
Are we being serious again?
I like it.
Dad, you're so easy to get. You're so good to get.
You and me are on the same plane.
I like this one. Anyway. Stay alive.
Yeah.
And he darts out of the tent.
Hi, Mr. Kerr.
Honestly, good advice at this point.
Yeah.
Is Seth still in the tent?
Seth's kind of gathering his sack and stuff that he set down, puts on his shoulder strap, kind of rearranges his cloak a little bit, and turns to the rest of you. Kind of takes his glasses off and folds them, puts them in a pouch. All right, I guess let me know when you're ready to head off, and we'll make our first stop.
We're ready.
I'll go over. I'm Chetney.
Gently.
Oh.
Pleasure to meet you. Shakes
Squeeze his hand a little.
Come on.
Does I smell anything weird?
Make a perception check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. It smells like sweat. It smells like leather and travel materials. You don't catch anything strange. There's no nothing unexpected. This is a person who's been traveling for a bit, and the common sense of a person who's probably a day and a half to 2 days since their last bath comes through.
Well, lead the way.
I will need you all to gather with me, please, quickly. Close enough. Reaches into a component pouch, pulls out a few things into the hand, flicks, looks at the rest of you, begins to draw a sigil through the air, plucks a center part of the sigil, and you see as they pull, sort of the shape begins to form like a loose, it looks like a map almost, in the middle, like a glyph that begins to show almost like streets. And as they go ahead and pull it, they release it. It flicks into place, and then all of you feel yourself being pulled towards it. As you blink naturally, as your chest and sternum begin to pull like a vacuum towards it, you blink and then you go back onto your back heels, and you are now in the middle of a street. You are in a completely different location.
Cool.
That is
All these
so
amazing
cool.
spells being shown recently.
Chet, you can do that? Can't you do that?
I mean, I did it in my 200s, but I kind of try and mix it up a little bit.
You
I
gotta
still
learn
can't
that again.
Get over my mom doing the fucking time stop.
Yeah.
Time stop?
Yeah, my mom did the spell right before we left the moon where everything froze.
Did you freeze or?
No, we were still moving. It was amazing.
That was pretty impressive.
And terrifying.
Her mom is really cool.
You said your mother was able to stop time.
Yeah, it was really unique.
I mean, I can slow it down a little bit.
Who is your
on a
mother?
tiny bubble.
Her name is Liliana Temmelt.
I do not know your mother.
No,
She seems powerful.
she is. She's working directly underneath Ludinus, so he may have been teaching her some stuff.
Right. You see quickly in his eyes, putting the pieces together.
What's your mother's name?
Go ahead, Fearne.
Huh? Is it just noises?
Did you have a...
What's your mother's name?
Thela Domani. She was a tavern wench in her younger years, but I'm the first in my family to go to formal schooling and excel.
An extremely powerful tavern wench.
She can stop time with enough ale.
You seem to, just have this little a twitch in her eye when we talk about Ludinus. Do you just have any run-ins with him? Any personal experiences?
Not in person, but he has been broadcasting himself across Exandria for weeks now.
Oh, right.
Are we in a side street right now, or are we in a public unit square?
Now that this conversation is stopped, I can go ahead and set the scene. As you take in the surroundings.
What was your dad's name?
Brothers, sisters, nieces.
As an adventurer, they all died when I was young.
Oh, sounds right.
Well, not us.
Here you stand amongst the streets of the Innerstead sprawl of Zadash. Amongst the various buildings here, the kind of aged cobblestone and packed dirt that makes the center thoroughfare. One, you can see the beautiful architecture here of the mixture of Tudor and very Eastern European inspired building designs, usually between the 1 to 3 floor height, lines both sides of the street, though you can immediately pick up the smell of smoke. And as you kind of glance around, bless you, you can see there is some damage to the city. Some of the rooftops look burned or partially collapsed, and you can see bits of gray, black, and white smoke from somewhere else beyond the skyline that you can see in the immediate vicinity. Quickly looking around, you can see that there is a somewhat tense air to the people that live here. People are going about their business still, but there's not like jovial walking and conversation. And with much reasoning, the sky itself still holds the ever clustered ley lines from the solstice. The very city itself seems to have sustained some damage, though the source of which you're uncertain of. Beyond that, you can see the Crown's Guard presence here is quite dense as well. Some that are just kind of keeping watch over the populace, some that are kind of jogging from one location to another. It almost has the air of a place that was recently under siege. As you kind of take in your bearings around here, Seth kind of nods. Well, we should not dilly-dally. We do not want to draw the attention of the Crown's Guard.
Do you know what happened here? What this smoke is
I
from?
do not. I have not been to Zadash in some time. But if I am to assume, like many places, something or someone was freed or had long been waiting for the right moment to strike.
Oh.
There's been a lot of opportunity for those who have been patient.
Well, you know more than we do. Lead the way.
This way.
Pop, have you been here before?
I have. Lifetimes ago. It wasn't on fire, though.
Okay. As you all kind of follow suit behind Seth, he begins to lead you through these tense walkways. You get past this large structure that you can see. Probably one of the more bustling buildings here, referred to as the King's Hall, and its main signage. You can see this large kind of hall of justice, if you will, where there's large pillars in the front and a massive central doorway where you can see a statue of the lawbearer that sits out front, itself recently constructed and raised to the front. It is polished and isn't anywhere near as weathered as the surrounding structures. And you can see there is a large number of Crown's Guard, as well as the Dwendalian military has some presence around here as well. There is some raised voices and conversation, but Seth kind of tries to keep a wide berth around it as you follow in step behind him. You begin to push beyond the King's Hall to the outer walls of the Tri-Spires district. Here you can see the interior high walls of Zadash itself, a kind of portcullis gate that is about 5 to 6 feet off the ground, and where 2 Crown's Guard currently sit on the exterior and 2 more on the interior. Within, you can already tell it is a more affluent region of the city. But as you all begin to arrive, Seth kind of looks at the rest of you. This will just make it easier, and kind of waves a hand across. Are any of you capable of invisibility incantation?
Oh, yeah, I could go invisible.
I would like very much not to waste my most powerful magics to ensure this, especially if we are to continue to transport.
Sure.
Yeah, 3 of us can blip out if you want.
4.
I can take the other 4.
Right.
Very well. Let's go ahead and do a little walk around. And he leads you all along the right-hand side of the wall. The guards kind of notice you all, the curious expression, a look of acknowledging your presence, but without recognition, and that shifts into mistrust. And as you all walk past, you can see one of the guards stays put, the other one begins to follow. And Seth goes, all right, I think we are being followed. Follow me into this alley. And ducks into the alley as you all enter. As soon as you all step into the shadows, he goes, all right, now. Goes ahead and releases his incantation, and I believe it would be himself, you, and you all vanish with his incantation. That's those 4.
So I'll cast it at a 4th or 3rd level so I can get me an Aurum, I guess.
Okay. Both of you can turn invisible as well.
I turn into a werewolf and rush the guard.
Great,
No.
okay. Roll initiative.
I take all my clothes off and turn invisible.
Okay.
Turn invisible, then take all
Oh, I
your
always
clothes off.
forget I don't have to do
Chad, why are you taking off your clothes?
Don't have to, but
You know this. You're just an exhibitionist.
You immediately hear Seth's voice say, "All right, stick against the walls. Hold your breath." I'll go to the sides of the alley here, and you see the guard kind of rush up to the edge. I'd like to have everyone here make a group stealth check. It isn't a very high DC.
At advantage because invisible, yeah?
This would be with advantage.
I was going to say, with advantage.
Yes.
So that means we don't have, it just means that Fearne and I don't have advantage. We're just rolling straight.
Correct.
Although, is it okay if I cast without trace on this anyway?
No.
You can, but it'll drop invisibility.
Oh, no. On me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you know.
Okay, never mind
Because
that.
it's considered casting a spell, and when you cast a spell, it breaks invisibility.
Okay, because I didn't know I was. Okay, that's fair.
Did you not
All right.
have-
Why am I light
Did you?
Yes. There's 2.
I see him.
Pretty
I'm
close
looking
to it,
at him
though.
right now.
Alrighty, from the side.
25.
25.
10.
Alrighty.
15.
Alrighty.
Natural 1.
Fucking.
Natural 20.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
Cancels it out.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
22.
Okay. Well, we got a spectrum there going back.
Clumpers.
DM.
Yeah, we lost our advantages.
When the guards come up and we're all invisible, remembering that we can't really see each other and we don't have that mind meld.
The 1.
Can I take out the monocle of true essence just in my invisible form and pop it in, and I'll cast see invisibility just so I can see.
You can. In casting a spell, you will drop your own invisibility.
Oh!
Don't do it!
Could I retcon it and do the? I'll do it later.
Okay.
Should have done it first.
That's all right. But the guard kind of steps in and walks between you all, like puts his hand against the wall to kind of lean and look, and like just barely goes above where Orm's head is, and you all kind of like shift out of the way. Continues to walk and just treks down the alley.
Just let out a fart. It's a roll to 1.
Yeah, it's a flavor, all right.
Treks to the end of the alley where it splits into 2, kind of looks both ways, looks confused, smells the air a bit, and then he walks to the left.
Smells like deer shit.
Smells like a livery.
It's not that bad.
Little pebbles.
As soon as he passes away, you hear Seth go, "All right, back to the gates." And you hear his footsteps kind of out into the street. You all kind of, I fear you bump into each other as you can't see each other, but tracking out, but you all kind of fall out into the street, back to where the gate is, and you can see there are the 3 guards still present, keeping watch. You all pass inward into, I will say to get past 3 guards, I'd like everyone to make one more group stealth check.
Oh,
Still not a high DC,
So
but
this
because
is advantage? At advantage.
this is with advantage. But there are like dusty footfalls and other things in the street that can possibly call their attention. It's not a high DC, but it's a fun moment of tension.
Yikes.
Dirty. Oh, I'm sorry, not dirty. 22.
22.
25.
Alrighty.
13.
13.
18.
18.
9.
Natural 20.
Boom.
14.
Boom. All right, yeah.
Okay.
Without issue, you all kind of individually kind of tiptoe or jaunt quietly past the portcullis gate into the interior of this portion of the city. Here within the Tri-Spires. Glancing around immediately, the guards not even noticing you, you begin to wind through the gilded structures and well-kept streetways, partway and following.
We're just like holding on to each other's.
We're elephant man. We have elephant walking.
Yeah, and like
Yeah.
Seth's whispering like this way, until eventually he leads you into another alley, kind of calls you over and says, "We should drop this now and just walk with confidence."
I drop invisibility and just start.
Put your
Conor McGregor walking.
Just percent less
Make
confident.
it
Maggie balls just flapping around.
2 feet in a line just in the sand. Rudder.
He drops the spell and goes, just in case anything else happens, I would hate for us to have to be more of a surprise. I think we'd be more comfortable now that we're this interior point to just, looks over at Ashton. Well, we'll be fine.
For a colorful group.
Indeed.
Where exactly are we going?
We are heading to past the Gilded Willows and the Silken Terrace. It's a small business where I believe this individual is hiding. Follow me. And leads you off out of the alleyway into the center of this beautiful neighborhood, the Gilded Willows. Eventually pushing through a dense marketplace where you can see more affluent folk themselves are still walking through with fear, gathering their groceries or making their purchases, but there is kind of a hush that falls over the air of this city space.
As we walk, can I just say in his head, are we in for a fight when we get there, or?
It's like,
it's me. Sorry, I should have warned you.
This is out loud. When I say, do not panic, I need you to grab this individual and try and hold them and keep them restrained.
All right.
Should we succeed, there will not be a fight. And I have a backup plan just in case.
And this is a power of will mage.
Physical person, armed and dangerous? What?
I truthfully do not know what to expect. All I know is a friend told me where we can find them.
It's kind of par for the course for us. Mystery boxes are specialty.
Fair to try and make it so we can't
Here
talk.
it is. And you approach the outside of a modestly sized shop, thatched roof, textured purple curtains in the windows, flanking the entryway, where above a sign hangs displaying the name of the establishment in beautiful cursive writing, Chastity's Nook.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
The Chastity's Nook!
Sorry.
You can see as Seth kind of adjusts the glasses. Well, try to be respectful, do not gawk too much, and, if possible, do not maintain too much conversation with the proprietor.
Good luck on that.
Gawk at what?
As you kind of begin to step within the interior, the first thing that catches you, barrage of scents. There are a number of, the smell of scented candles that have mixed, like a terrifying Sephora hammer has struck you in the face. There are oils and incense. And as you peruse, like the initially long entryway, you can see there are all manner of interesting knickknacks and keepsakes and very gaudy furniture and decorative objects that line the interior. There are tapestries that hang, and the further in you walk, the more nudity that seems to be present on them.
Oh.
Not too many footsteps out of the corner around the area we were stepping in. You can see from a chair, starting forth a woman in her 50s or so, kind of mousy, brownish hair that kind of falls in a heavy lock of curls, big glasses on her face, kind of steps up. Hello. Glad we have possible clients within. Pleasure. My name is Eva. How can I be of service to you?
We're here for the porn.
Love it.
Paperback, in particular, if you have it.
That one has two.
I don't mind hardback.
In fact, we're
The special books are this way, if that's what you're talking about.
Yes.
Of course. We've been bought out of many of our specialties. Times of tumultuous events, people seem to want a lot of escapism. But we do have some classic standbys. We have here the few copies of Enchanting Tryst at our disposal. Fine Shallow Breaths. There's the Emerald Kiss. Spirited Succulents. One of my personal favorites. Came out about 2 years ago. I think you'd love it. The Dance of the Burning Call. A beautiful piece. Less tawdry and more more just a classic romance tale. Highly recommended as well. God of the Heart. The Gale and the Raven, that's a newer one. There's also Tusk Love is a classic of ours. I have one copy left. At this point, Seth steps forward, taking his glasses off. Do you have other employees that work for you? And Ivor goes, oh, yes. Actually, Irma should be in the back book room if you want to speak with her. She's just arranging the remaining stock. Irma? You hear a voice back. Yes? Irma, we have some prospective clients here. They're looking for some good old-fashioned smut, it seems. Could you please give them a hand? I think you can just go talk with her. If you need anything, let me know. And she goes and sits back down and picks up a book that she was already partway in through and kind of finds her place and begins reading. Stepping through curtain to the back room. There are a number of shelves here. Have a number of empty spots, but there are books on display. There are other small, look almost like iron urns that have incense kind of lit out of them that are kind of giving the room this kind of haze of smoke that sits around it. And in the far corner, on a stool, you see a female half-elf and probably what looks like her mid-20s or so, curly, dirty blonde hair that kind of surrounds her head like a frame, like an archway almost. There's round, rosy cheeks, kind of like a loose peasant blouse, and she's also in the midst of reading a book and looks up. Welcome. Is there anything I can do for you?
Just look at Seth.
Yeah. Seth kind of looks off to the side, and you can see where the curtain was. There is a door that's kind of been pushed off to the side and latched. Kind of unlatches it and slowly closes the door where the curtain is.
Who does that?
Seth. Yes. We would like to speak with you. Irma, was it? And she's sitting down with their book goes. Yes, and how can I be of service to you? Seth stands there, looks at the rest of you. Bren says his regards. You see the Irma figure kind of looks forward, kind of frozen in place, and there's this just tension, this kind of standoff energy that fills the room. Seth then goes, please do not panic.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, I swipe my hand along the chisel and I reach out and I'm gonna use Blood Curse of Binding on her and try and bind her to the spot.
Okay, what's the DC on that?
It is
Constitution save?
16, a strength saving throw.
And I'm gonna immediately, if that doesn't work.
Yeah, I've got one too.
It's a natural 14.
She probably got it.
Yeah. So as the blood curse has to strike her, she immediately stands to her feet, and the magic just kind of and flickers off the front of her chest. This young girl is moving with.
I'm just gonna instantly say freeze, and I'm gonna cast command.
Cast command. What's the save on that?
19 wisdom.
19 wisdom. Yeah, it's a natural 13 on a high
Dude,
save on that.
I am rushing.
Kind of shoots it off.
I am rushing with rage, just in case I can get something great out of that. Oh my God, that's a D4 that got cocked. Yes, I can. So I've got a luck attached to it. I'm taking the hammer and I'm pushing with the hilt against the wall and then hitting the rod to use the hammer to pin her to the pin her flat to the.
So we're going to consider that a grapple.
Yep.
So I need you to make an athletics check on that.
All right.
Make acrobatics on her.
Athletics, but I also have. Sorry, I'm just going to my thing. Would that be an attack roll or?
It's just roll an athletics check.
I know, but okay, it's just a roll. I can't add that D4. That's fine. 12. I have a disadvantage, so I grab that. 12, 23.
23. You go ahead and pin her up against the wall and click it in. As you do, she says, now she whispers under her breath and moves her hand and...
I was hoping that, the arms, not the hands. Shit.
Is going to begin casting a spell.
Counterspell. That's what I wanted to hold.
Okay.
Just been waiting.
All right. I need you to go ahead and make a D20 roll with your charisma modifier. It is a 7th level spell.
Woof. Okay. It does. If I cast it higher, I still have to make a roll for it, right? Do I get to add?
You still have to roll, unless it's the same level of the spell being cast. You have to roll.
Okay. My charisma modifier, which is good. Come on, baby. No, it is okay. My brain for a second.
Yep.
21.
21. That's enough to do it. As she begins to make her hand maneuver in a similar way as Seth did in the spell that brought you here to Zadash, you begin to see a familiar kind of teleportation ritual beginning marked from her hand, like she's about to just get out of here. And you manage to throw your own magical weave into the center of her casting, and the sigil that her hands make just gets tangled and dissipates. You see a bit of frustration, and she's already beginning to put another spell in her breath.
I'm also...
Yep.
Just real quick.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tilt my head as my eyes go a little black. Unsettling presence. She has disadvantage on whatever next thing.
That's great.
Nice.
Go do it. Go D. Go.
Go D.
She hasn't had a chance to react yet.
Okay. Yeah, I have nothing on me, but I just shuffle around in my pockets and pull out a handful of what looks like dust. Just go, and it's ruby dust, and I am gonna cast 7th level evocation Force Cage.
Put your clothes back on!
Sweet. Yeah. And it is the first time I've ever done this.
What is
It is
she
just a
done?
full panic. Yeah.
So she's...
Force cage?
Yeah, it's an attempt.
She is going to attempt to counterspell your force cage.
Oh!
Wizard battle!
Let's go.
Yeah, she only uses a 5th level slot, not quite sure what you're doing, just sees the ruby dust come out as you blow it, and she's going to attempt to do that.
Can I flash out Seedling and use Grasping Vine for a split second, glue her hand to the wall to stop the somatic?
Unfortunately, it happens so fast. Like the reaction of a counterspell is it's that fast. But you can possibly do that to prevent some somatic components if you manage to get both hands locked in. But no, good looking out. That's gonna be an 18 total.
Fuck.
Oh.
So, but
Yeah, it worked.
good looking out. Force cage dissipates in that point. It's just all this like small room, fucking like this is yeah. It's like magic, like full on like Wizard Wing Chun over here. Just like all right. So finishing that maneuver.
Are you gonna go now?
You want
kids?
If I can, yeah. If, I don't have counterspell, but I can for 3 seconds glue her hand to the wall with Seedling's Grasping Vine.
Okay, that's a dexterity saving throw?
Yeah. Probably. That is... yes, dex save.
She has disadvantage. Go.
No. What did you cast back? I'm sorry, when we were in our wizard fight?
Counterspell.
Counterspell, okay.
Yeah. So with disadvantage, you said, right? No, that's going to bring it down to an 8.
So I grab her hand and yank it to Ashton's hammer and just glue it there for a few seconds, I guess.
I'm going to try and grab the other hand while this is happening and just grab it.
Okay. Well, so then one maneuver, we're getting out to you.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Okay, I am going to cast telekinesis and try to hold her body restrained.
Okay. All right.
Nice.
So for that, it's going to be a contested strength check against your spellcasting ability, right?
Yes.
So go ahead and roll and add your charisma.
Okay. $18.
10.
Oh, okay, great.
So one hand is wrapped a seedling, the hammer is there, and then you begin to hold her in place.
Great.
You good with this?
You got it?
Are you getting her other hand?
I mean, her body is frozen, right? She's restrained.
Restrained doesn't keep you from casting.
Oh, God, shit balls.
But it keeps her from moving.
Okay.
And her physical ability checks are made at disadvantage.
Okay.
She's going to attempt to start casting something else under her hands. At this point, Seth hasn't gone. Seth kind of gives a deep sigh and brings hands forward, grabs a small bead of energy, pulls it across, and then releases with a hand grasp a blast of energy that emerges. The first thing that happens is your hammer just falls to the ground.
What?
Your telekinesis fades.
What?
All magical items in your presence all just falls to the ground as an anti-magic field fills the chamber. She's still grappled by your, falls to the ground and finishes an incantation just as the illusion casts off her body. And you see as she puts her hand forward, the 20-something half-elf visage now fades into a human woman in her 40s. Kind of slicked back, dirty blonde hair, a large scar that runs down the side of her face, and heavy burn marks across her neck. She's adorned in ornate, form-fitting clothing under a sleek, dark green cloak. And as she releases her hands, nothing happens. The minute that happens, you kind of rush and grab and hold her in place and muscle her. The minute that happens, you look back to Seth, who is no longer Seth. Instead, you see a dark elf of shoulder length, somewhat wavy white hair, purple eyes, and stoic expression. You see he wears flowing black robes that fall from under an intricate silver shine mantle.
Yes! Yes!
And where his feet touch the ground, you see him kind of step up a bit, now able to shed the...
Candy car is exploding.
Yeah. To shed the illusion. Bells Hells, I am Essek Thalis, allied to the Exandrian Concourt, an enemy to Ludinus Deleth.
And genuine hot boy!
This is Astrid Beck, Archmage of Civil Influence of the Dwendalian Empire, successor to Trent Ickathon and member of the Cerberus Assembly. Astrid spits in the ground. I am no successor to him. I am his usurper. To where Essek kind of lifts his chin. Well, regardless, I think it's time we have a conversation. And that's rolling tonight.
Oh, shit! Shoulder length hair! Feed me, Seymour!
Is it just me? Is it really hot in the back room of Chastity?
It's always a little hot, but now it's steamy.
Not the porn I was expecting.
Oh, cool. Now kiss.
Hiding it in chastity.
And we'll pick up from there for whatever this interrogation may unfold next time.
Hey!
See you guys Thank you all.
Oh my God, there's so much to unpack here. Force cage. Force cage.
It didn't work, but it will someday.
That's good shit.
That's
all right.
good shit.
Thank you so much.
It was still hot.
Oh, are we not? I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for joining us. We love you very much. And is it Thursday?
Oh,
Good night.